them to evaluate and process your claims. Terms and conditions apply. Ty is a paid spokesman.
I'm Ty Burrell, actor and small business owner. You can trust Innovation Refunds with your small business's ERC claim because of their SOC 2 Type 1 security compliance. Without this, how can you be sure a company can protect your information? It's not like here on the radio, where all you need to be secure is a censor button. My password to my bank account is Ty's cool password 1. Uh-oh. Luckily, Innovation Refunds is more reliable. Go to innovationrefunds.com or call 1-843-REFUNDS to get started.
Hey, everybody, it's Savannah Guthrie from The Today Show, and we want to help turn your to-do list into your today list. Your morning routine, healthy meals, and workout plans. We've got you covered. Join us every morning on NBC because every day needs today.
Attention homeowners. Choice Home Warranty's award-winning service for 25 major systems and appliances before a breakdown. Get a free quote right now. Just dial pound 250 and say home warranty. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details. Call now, pound 250, keyword home warranty.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-681-8740. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-681-8740 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-681-8740. 800-681-8740. 800-681-8740.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, September 1st, 2023. Lots to get to today, from I've had enough to a professor with a clown fetish gets in trouble and cops are going to spy on you this Labor Day weekend. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane. Hello. And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens.
What had happened, dude?
We got a last-minute message. Here it is. I checked just because out of habit I look at the inbox, and there it is. A last-minute message from me when I woke up and wanted to take the day off today. Let's see what I said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! Yeah, that's right. We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You made it, friends. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Not bad. Happy Friday.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I believe C-Lane, because I know he was just sipping on some beers in the studio there. I don't know if I believe
one was
you.
11%. So
11% beer.
It was a good start.
Buzzing,
That's up there. Yeah, that is absolutely up there. Okay, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to BBC Radio, where a guy named Chris Arnold was just trying to do his radio show, our radio brethren over there in the UK. Let's see how things went. Oh, yeah.
Good evening. Chris Arnold here with you until 10 p.m. Hope you've had a good day. Lots to come tonight.
Oh, my God.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Old slip of the tongue.
Lots to come. Lots to come is what he meant. And he said, I can only apologize profusely to the listeners for this deeply unfortunate slip of the tongue on the show this evening. He did not mean to say that, but here we are regardless.
Allowed to curse over in the UK?
More than we are. They are allowed to curse more than we are.
I feel like they're allowed to say things we can't say, and then we say things that like is not cool over there. Like I don't know if they're allowed to say bloody.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, they do have different words that they're not allowed to say in England on the radio versus us for sure. And it's like just a difference in like culture and what's allowed and what's not allowed, et cetera, et cetera. And you can say that on accident, but maybe not on purpose quite as much. You're not allowed to.
I don't even think it was that bad. I wouldn't have apologized for that. That's stupid.
No, he's using it. He's using it to get some viral leverage, and good for him for doing so. You guys got big plans for Labor Day weekend?
Oh, I don't even know. I have to look at the schedule, but I know Monday I will be doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, same. I'm ready for that. This morning when I woke up, like Courtney goes, take the day off.
Why didn't you?
We got Monday off. I don't feel great today.
Weekend.
I know. It's 4 days.
4-day weekend.
I was thinking, I was really considering it. And then at the last minute, I said, let's just do this thing.
I mean, you weren't considering it enough that you texted our group thread and was like, hey, guys, thoughts about taking the day?
I would have immediately said yes.
I stopped right
I would
at
have
that
said
point.
no. I would have been like, nuh-uh.
Yeah,
I want my beers. He wants his 10.1 beer.
And I saw his strongly worded email. I was like, Christopher Lane, who is this man? And it was like some back of the house stuff, some new systems.
Yeah. Listen, I wasn't being mean. I just
no, you were, but I was very impressed. Very impressed by it. And I wanted to respond. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but looking forward to the plan.
Oh, you're gonna have to do some. You're gonna have to do some training, Sabrina.
Yeah.
So
can't
for
wait.
the record, for those of you who don't know, behind the scenes, everybody doesn't know. Behind the scenes, they're working on switching the system that runs the show, that runs all the shows, that runs all of iHeart shows, to another system. And so there was an email like, what do you think about this? C-Lane kind of cracked his knuckles and channeled Complaining Sean a little bit and said, this is what I think about this, and fired off an email back.
I was like, woof.
Here are my reserves. Here are my concerns.
I appreciated it. I was like, yeah, I got your back, dog.
Did anybody yell at you?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I've got a couple emails back. I've talked to some people already.
I'm sure it's been forwarded.
All right,
we'll see.
Christina over on Twitch says, look at how mad Sabby is about not getting the day off. I didn't want to even send the suggestion over because I was like...
I'm not mad. I mean, I definitely would have gone with it. That's for sure. I ended up with a bit of a late night last night.
Oh, how late were you up?
I ended up going to sleep at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa,
yeah, party
wait,
girl.
what?
Party girl.
How late was this trivia night thing you were doing?
It's just everything that happened afterwards. Okay.
What happened afterwards?
I ended up going to the bar because I was like, I would have been in bed already, and I got that second wave of, I'm young and ready, and what do I have to lose? Turns out that it's sleep, and then I woke up in full panic because Mama had her annual gynecology appointment this morning. So
oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm like, hope you don't smell the booze I drank last night, Doc. How do I look down there?
Well,
it's all
okay,
clear, by the way.
So you did your thing last night. You had a gig that you did.
Right.
What time did that end?
Around 8.
And so
I didn't realize this was going to be such a back and forth. It's an interrogation.
And so you went out from 8 to 2:30?
I went out for a little bit, and then we went to a friend's house and went in a pool and
went in a pool.
Okay, everyone, I'm tired of this. I'm going to take the day off right now.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Did you have a date?
Did I have a date?
Yeah.
No. Why?
Okay. I mean, I'm just not buying this. I'm just not. But you went out until 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I have friends. It was more than one person. It was a group date, I guess.
You know what?
How many people were in the pool?
There was 3 people in the pool, 1 person outside the pool.
What were you doing? What?
Did you guys get like a secret text or something?
No, nobody got a text. We don't know about this. That's what we're asking now.
Yeah. This is why I don't share things.
What would
I'm
the
getting
secret
fifth
text have
degree.
said?
I don't know. You guys are being sus AF right now.
You're the one being sus. That's why we're questioning this whole thing.
Well, I'm telling you all the truths.
What were you doing? Were you only drinking?
Yeah. Maybe
Just a lie.
Maybe I smoked a little weed.
All right. Well, I mean, that's expected. It's not
And a little
giant
bit
surprise.
of PCP. Bit of meth. What?
2:30 in the morning.
I know. Crazy girl. Crazy girl. I'm going to go
All
to sleep
right.
at 6 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, but probably. I mean, you got to recuperate at some point and catch up with your schedule. Okay.
So
all right.
that's a little bit about me. How are you guys doing?
Well, we didn't stay up till 2:30 in the morning, but
did any of your friends stack Coors Lights on his head?
Oh, no. Okay, so now I know the text that you got.
I just got a text
Why? There's no
right
way.
now.
There's
I just
no
got a
way.
text right now.
Yes, I was with our good friend Lulu, and he did not stack anything on his head.
Lulu, keep sending texts. We need more information.
Lulu, it's none of their business.
No, Lulu.
Remember the pinky promise.
We'll give you a free shirt.
Oh, a free shirt.
We got things. Whatever you need, Lulu.
I will give you $50 not to text them anymore, Lulu.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well,
this day could go really well for Lulu.
We'll start stacking up prizes for Lulu to give us info on what happened this night at 2:30. You must be. You got a headache?
No, I'm frustrated with both of you right now.
For
I just
what?
want to go on with the show. I want to give no more information about my personal life.
People want to hear about your personal life. I don't know why you don't understand this. They want to know about you
Then
and what's going
subscribe
on.
Instagram because I just got an alert saying you're about to lose your monetization because you're not doing anything for your subscribers.
Well, if you were posting the 2:30 pool party, you'd be popping right now.
You're right. You're right.
That would have been really, really working for you.
All right, maybe tonight, another pool party. I just have to break into my friend's house.
Man, now I'm 100% that you would have said, yes, let's take this damn day off. And then C-Lane would have just been by himself in the booth over there.
Without a doubt.
Oh, good God. All right. Well, we can hang out with you today with your dispatches. So send those over. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. Also, the city of Paris, beautiful Paris in France, has made a decision that I think is the right one. They have said au revoir to their rental scooters in the city of Paris. They are saying no more of these scooters in the city. And I say every single city in the entire world should follow suit.
Oh, please, dude.
Over with the
this.
e-scooters.
Why?
Over it. It's ugly. It's a hideous monstrosity on any city.
It's very easy to get around instead of waiting for an Uber.
Get a bike. Buy your own scooter
get
or
a
something.
bike.
I would. And I would drive it. I would ride it all around the city and feel like I was better for not doing this, not having ugly-ass scooters piled up on every single corner. How many companies do we have in our city? For God's sake, like 4, 5.
You've
got these things on every corner.
Every app that there could be for rental transportation. There's Lime was the first one.
Bird.
Orange.
Bird.
Now, the one that
Uber
I
scooters.
love the most, I feel like I invested a good chunk in, was Razor scooters because they were the fastest on this side of the Mississippi, and then boom, disappeared. I even emailed customer service like 2 times, like, hey, where y'all at? Hello.
You know, I swear to God, I must have seen somebody on one of those. Maybe they bought it or something. I don't know. But we were walking the other day, and a scooter went by Courtney and I swear to God, I don't even think I'm exaggerating. The scooter was going like 30 miles an hour. It was booking down the road, this person on it, and they like jumped over a speed bump and stuff. These scooters are a blight on every city that they touch.
So dramatic.
No, I'm not. They're ugly. They're worse than billboards. They're everywhere on all the corners. You got to walk around them.
You have a problem with billboards?
Yeah, billboards are ugly.
Say that to Clear Channel's face.
Don't care. They should fold the business. Get it over with. These things are
so you want
hideous.
half billboards?
No, I want beautiful cities. I want cities that we can enjoy. without billboards, without scooters, without all this crap on every corner.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
No, this isn't
Back in
get off my lawn. This is get your stupid commerce off of the street corners. We don't let anybody else have a business where they could just leave crap out on the streets. No other business is able to do that. Not one. We don't let anybody else do that. But we go, you know what? Come into our town and put your scooters on every street corner that you want to. Put them in the suburbs so they sit in front of somebody's house for like 3 weeks until your loser employee goes out there, picks it up, and charges the dumb thing.
Okay, so people...
All a waste. All of it. It's stupid. We should be done with it. We should get rid of it. Paris is right. They're 100% right. And by the way, in Paris...
This rant has gone on for so long, I forgot that this started with Paris.
Right.
This was a vote in Paris, right? In April, they went and voted, and 90% of people agreed with me. 90% of people in Paris, the city of love, they went out there and they said, we don't want these stupid, ugly scooters zipping around all over the place.
That's not how
sitting there, just, collecting all kinds of dirt and rust on the street. It's garbage, absolutely garbage. The Real Waterboys on Twitch says, how has Sean turned into an old man yelling at clouds already? It's so early in the show.
Precisely.
No, this is not old man yelling at clouds. This is me appreciating the beauty of a city, and scooters ruin it. What's the text?
Oh, no, I was trying to show you a doll so you could point at where the scooters touch you.
Nowhere. I'm right on this. I'm sorry. You guys are wrong. I am right.
Yeah,
the scooters make every city ugly. It makes them ugly. If you want to have something like that, you can get your own and drive it around.
What's happening
or
right
get
now
a bike.
is ugly, all right?
What?
It's you ranting over scooters. They're barely in the neighborhood. You don't even leave your house, man.
They're barely. I leave my house all the time. Stop with this stuff. I'm out all the time. I go all over the place.
Within a 5-mile radius of
There
your
are
home.
scooters in my neighborhood all the time. I see them all the time, just in somebody's front yard because some kid has left one there, and they sit there for a couple of days because they can't be in their yard and they can't be on the street, so they're like right on the curb, just laid over on the side. You go downtown, there's piles of them, literal piles of them. I am just flat out right on this. You got to get rid of these things.
No.
I don't know why we do this. If you want to run a scooter company, here's the way you do it. You build an app, and then when somebody requests a scooter, you bring it to them lightning fast, all right?
Oh, yeah,
you don't
that
just
makes sense.
leave them. Oh, no, it makes more sense to just leave them around the city to allow a company to go, put 450 scooters in a 7-block radius in downtown. Ridiculous. Ridiculous that this is what we just all accept. And it needs to be done with.
What's your heart rate at right now, dude?
It's always pretty peaked. Yeah, I'm always
Should have taken the day off.
No, I shouldn't have. And it's not just the scooters thing. It's you guys, too. You guys in the middle of it. Somebody's like, you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. All of this adds on to the stresses and the pressures of my godforsaken life.
Ooh. I'm ready for a shot. Anyone? Hello?
We're at work.
Sea Lane drank a beer earlier.
Yeah, but that was part of work.
Sponsored content.
All right. Home Loans Radio brings a shot to my mouth.
That's called the old loophole right there. That's the safe zone loophole. When we come back, we've got your dispatches. Send them in. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Also, we'll talk about an Alabama man who missed the opportunity of a lifetime. There was a knock on his door, and he did not answer. What was on the other end? You'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4, you can expect delays eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's heavy delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway heading northbound north of Osceola Parkway. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Feel confident in your pet's safety while experiencing the convenience of Invisible Fence brand. It's more than a fence. Their patented technology is paired with professional training and hands-on support, so you have the assurance that they're safe within your yard. Visit InvisibleFence.com today to learn more.
Win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
Oh, man, that is great.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Introducing Audible's new original series, Breakthrough, the first of its kind audio-only singing competition featuring celebrity judges Kelly Rowland and Sarah Bareilles, with host Daveed Diggs. Hear who has what it takes. Listen on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now during the Jeep Labor Day sales event. Visit Jeep.com or your local Jeep brand dealer to find the perfect Jeep SUV for you. Right now, get $3,500 total cash allowance plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2023 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Hurry, don't miss this great offer. Financing and deferred monthly payments for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery by 9/5. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey, everybody, it's Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, and we want to help turn your to-do list into your today list. Your morning routine, healthy meals, and workout plans. We've got you covered. Join us every morning on NBC because every day needs today.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office, Orlando.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code free month to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
As road pros, we know how to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, from making alternate routes to finding the best cup of coffee on the road.
And how to help get better mileage.
Yep. Yeah, all diesel fuels are not the same.
Yep. Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps you get further down the road. Helps keep your engine cleaner, you know.
Keep this baby running. That's the goal. Get the job done and get home.
Yep. Pros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com. Compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store or nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
O'Reilly
O'Reilly Auto Parts knows it's important to be prepared for the upcoming storm. With hundreds of items from flashlights and tarps to generators, gas cans, power inverters, tools, and cleanup supplies, our professional parts people can help you find the right emergency supplies to weather any storm. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is for the men who never settle. The ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Now open in Daytona.
See that sign? Employees only. That means keep out, buddy. It's just for us buy well employees. This is where we talk freely about all the stuff happening in the world.
You can keep Meghan Markle for all I care. As long as I get to take Harry to a weekend in Vegas, I'm happy.
It's Employees Only, courtesy of Ron Howard, the new podcast from Imagine Audio, Pretty Fast, and iHeartMedia. It's Employees Only. Listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For not taking today off. Need you guys today and had some bad news last night. Oh, no. Need a news junkie pick me up. Well, we're sorry for your bad news, but, this is what we do. This is what we're here for, to try to hang out with you and have some fun, bring you some enjoyment, get you through the day, even when we're not feeling all that good, even when Sabrina was up till 2:30 a.m., even when girl. I'm just feeling like a mess today, and all of that considered, we're here for you. There was a man in Alabama that I want to talk about real quick, because he got a knock at his door, and he did not answer this knock. They knocked on the front door. He did not answer this, and it was the worst possible thing that he could not answer the door for. What do you think was waiting on the other side of this gentleman's door?
Oh, the guy with the giant check.
No, you're right. It's absolutely the guy with the giant check. It was Publishers Clearinghouse that was on the other end of that door.
I didn't realize they're still doing that.
I know, and I didn't realize they actually physically showed up at people's houses with the checks other than to do the commercials, but they do. And Publishers Clearinghouse is like this giant, I don't want to call it a scam because I don't want to get sued, but, excuse me, it's one of these things where, if you go to their website, have you ever seen their website? It looks like it's out of the 90s. It looks like it's out of the 1990s.
So the budget doesn't go to that.
No. And when you go there, you just put in all your information 10,000 times, and then they sell all your information, I believe, to all these other direct marketing companies. And then one person gets the $1 million check. And in this case, that one person was Edwin Walker, and the prize patrol showed up to his house, and he was not there. He was on a lunch break at the time. And they said he was super happy when they finally got it. They went to his business and showed up, and they said they never, ever, ever, this is surprising to me, they never, ever, ever notify the winner in advance that the prize is coming to them. They don't tell them. That's weird, but then show up with a camera on their face? Yeah, they show up with all the cameras. They show up with the balloons and the big giant check and stuff. But Publishers Clearinghouse they do not announce beforehand to the person that they're coming there, which everybody else does and then pretends they don't do. And this Alabama man was very surprised to get his $1 million giant check.
Oh, so he still got it.
Yeah, he still got it. He was able to get it. You don't just have to answer the door or you don't get it, because that would be a terrible loophole if they did that.
They do it in Florida and they just end up getting shot.
Yeah, could be that. That's what I thought about. When they said they never announce in advance, I'm like, we have stories every day, not every day, but a lot, of people showing up at the wrong house and pulling into the driveway and somebody just going, hey, this is my property right here, and shooting at the people. And Publishers Clearinghouse is like, nah, we're not going to tell them beforehand. We'll just show up. Those people are risking their lives, every last one of them, dodging bullets out there. Before we get to you and your dispatches, which you can leave at thenewsjunkie.com, whatever's on your mind, or you want to comment about what we're talking about or what we're not talking about, go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch now. It's interesting as hell to watch this divorce situation going on between Kevin Costner and his wife right now. Those two are battling it out in court, and a lot of money is at stake. And there's been a lot of like drama and interesting details. And what's insane to me is this. All right. So what is the identity that everybody has with Kevin Costner, at least at this moment in their head? What do they think when they think Kevin Costner?
Yellowstone, baby.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
That's right. They think he's like a salt-of-the-earth cowboy.
That talks like this.
And in the court filings and in what's happened in this divorce court, you see so many holes in that identity and how far away from that he actually is. His wife says, we need all this money, or I need all this money for our children because they're accustomed to this sort of life and they can't live any other way. This is what they're used to. And this story says Kevin Costner attended a court hearing on Thursday of this week regarding his estranged wife Christy's request for child support. Now, people often get it's a bristly reaction people get to child support if a woman's asking for a bunch of money after she separates with a man. Even more so if a man asks for almost any amount of money after they separate with a woman. This is just a reaction to people. It's like you're being greedy or something. But remember, this woman was with Kevin Costner for a very long time. She had children with Kevin Costner. She was helping out with the kids as he was off filming this stuff. There's no doubt, if you look at this in a simple and logical way, that in a partnership like that, the other partner is definitely deserving of some sort of money out of the situation. The only question is how much, and she wants a lot. She's saying, in their opening statement, John Rydell, Christine's attorney, so she's saying this through him, they were reducing, right? Mind you, reducing Christine's child support request amount. They only want $161,000 a month now.
Oh, that's it. All right.
It down to that. Before, it was like $200-something thousand, I believe. She's currently receiving $129,000 in monthly child support for the couple's 3 children. They got Caden, a son at 16, and Hayes, a son at 14, plus their daughter Grace at 13 years old. So these are not grown adults yet. They're still kids, and they're still going to bring on a bunch of expenses for the parent. They filed for divorce in May after being married for 18 years. But before going down to $161,000, she was seeking $175,000 per month.
Oh, originally it was higher than that.
So she's been going down, I guess, over all these filings.
Yeah, she had, it says originally, or at least what Costner is saying, originally asked for $248,000 a month.
Okay, so she went from $248,000 to $175,000 to now $161,000 is what she's asking for now. And they're also asking for other money for different things like legal support, et cetera, et cetera. They said based on the cash flow in this situation and a 50-50 parenting timeshare, the guideline child support, which is presumptively correct under California law, is $175,000 per month. We're requesting $161,000. It's relatively comparable to the situation that the children were raised in and the lifestyle that they need to maintain. And they said the 3 minor children will continue to have the benefit of the lifestyle that has been made possible by Kevin's substantial earnings and wealth. This gets ugly, man. Ugly. When you go into court, excuse me, and you start fighting this stuff out.
Yeah, Kevin is now saying that his estranged wife is committing relentless jihad.
Oh my God,
relentless jihad.
Get a prenup, then, you moron. I don't understand why people do this. If you go into a relationship and you're about to get married, you have 2 ways to enter that. One is you enter with a prenuptial agreement that upon splitting, here's the deal we have.
By the amount of years and all that.
Yeah, whatever agreement they come up with. The prenup could be nothing, or it could be based on the amount of years, or it could be based on like a lump sum, or it could be anything. But then if you don't do a prenup, then you should expect that all of the money that you have earned is subject to any divorce proceedings for child support, et cetera, et cetera. These kind of things are totally normal. That's how it works. Rod on YouTube says, look up the Diangowins versus attorney Willie Gary child support. They said it was $245,000 a month. Can you even imagine? My God. It would be so fun to try to spend $245,000 every month. Oh, my God.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I would take that on. Oh, I would
Go on
love
some private
that.
plane trips, you know.
Oh, you have to do stuff for just S's and giggles just to spend that much. That'd be a lot.
Buy a whole row to Taylor Swift just for yourself.
Just like a section right in front of the stage, and you're sitting there with your arms spread out over the chairs. I'd like that. Did you see that Taylor Swift is, man?
Oh, my God, Sean. 2 for 2.
Next episode segments. Well, you could give us more details. I'm just going to breeze over it. The story that I saw today was that she's taking the concert and turning it into a movie. And I go, this is brilliant. This is what every major artist should do. You have a tour. The tour goes everywhere. The prices for the tour become so expensive that the average person can't afford them. And then afterwards, you make good by going, hey, for the simple price of a movie ticket, you can watch the tour and experience this. That is smart. That's pretty genius marketing right there. I feel like more people should do it. You know, I feel like anybody on that big of a tour really would be smart to do that, and they could look good.
I mean, if you think about it, how different is watching it in the movie theater than if you had really crappy seats and you're watching it mostly on the screen anyway?
No, it would be better. Yeah, you could have a great experience, like great sound, big old screen.
I like the idea of concerts in the movie theater. I think they should do like live stream style stuff like that more often. I would definitely go. I went to what was supposed to be the final show for the band Fish. And they did that at a movie theater out by UCF because only a couple of them were like equipped to do the live stream.
Right.
And there were quite a few Fish fans that were taking trips out that back door for whatever reason. But it was fun. Like, me and some friends went. Well, we almost didn't get to go because the power was just coming back on from a hurricane that had just gone through. But, like, it was a cool experience, and I was like, I would definitely do this more often if given the chance.
Yeah, they seem to do more like, I don't know, I don't want to say just like artsy things like this, but like opera, Broadway performances, the things that are live in the theater, which I totally agree. I think there's such a cool marketplace for that. Like, if there was, like, imagine this. Imagine Sabrina. Actually, I think I know what your answer would be. But let's say that Beyonce was coming to town again. You hadn't seen her in a while, right? And you really wanted to see Beyonce. And the tickets were $500 a piece or something.
I'd buy them.
But they said, alternatively, it'll be professionally filmed live, and it'll be streamed live into the movie theater, and you could also watch the performance that way.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, she had that Homecoming Netflix special a couple years ago, and that was based on her performances at Coachella, but had a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, and it was like being at the damn concert.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I really think more people should do that. Let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening with your dispatches. A lot of people chiming in, many people chiming in about the scooter rant that I went on, where I said I agree with Paris and I agree with the 70% of Parisians in the city of lights, not the city of love, excuse me on that. And I said that these are an abomination. They're an eyesore. It's gross to have these on every street corner. It's weird that we do this. We don't let any other companies or industries go, we're going to let you put things on the street and then people can just rent them, save like newspapers or something. Here is BT chiming in about the scooters.
Hey, guys. Sean, I, for one, am glad you didn't take the day off. I'll miss y'all Monday. These scooters are not my favorite thing either, but that's mostly because I'm not good at tech, and every time I've tried to ride one, it's always some kind of hassle. I can't get it to work, or the one I have chosen is dead. It's always something. I could really not care if they all disappeared myself.
I don't mind about the tech side. I mind about the blight on the views of the city and just overall what it does to a city. You got people flying around on these stupid things, and most people who are driving them have no idea how to drive them. They're dangerous, honestly. I drove one in Paris, for God's sake. We were in one of these and drove it in Paris. And the moment I got on, I was like, Courtney, you shouldn't get on this thing. This is flying around. We have no idea where we are. And then we got up to, we weren't by the Eiffel Tower, but we were like right in the center of Paris by the Louvre area. And right by the Louvre, this famous museum with some of the most famous pieces of art in the world, right in front of it, you have a literal pile of scooters. There must have been 100 scooters piled up. They're on top of each other. And you got people fighting for the scooters, and there's a big giant crowd, robble. And it's a, why? Why are we doing this? Either walk or get a bike or do something else. We don't need to do this. And then we do it in the name of like, what, convenience for the city? There's plenty of other options. Why don't we make real public transportation great? Not private transportation, public transportation. Why don't we make in every city a manageable and solid bus system, a manageable and solid train system?
Sean.
Don't let people poop on them.
Oh,
get the poopers off the train. Yes, it is. They do it great in some cities. Some cities have beautiful public transportation.
Zero poopers.
None. Zero at all. That's what I think. All right, go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch, and tell me what you think. When we return, we'll get into somebody who's very, very angry at McDonald's. We also have the next episode on the way. This Week in Florida is on the way as well. We're all loaded up and ready to go for a Friday. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi, everybody. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Friday weather forecast update for Central Florida. Happy Friday to you. Looks like a warm high today, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Rain chances are slight for the AM, better bet by the PM. And after 2 o'clock, coverage soars to 60 to 70%. A few heavy downpours around again today, some cloud the ground lightning. Showers and storms possible through about 10 o'clock tonight. Rain chance at 50%, lows to 76. Saturday and Sunday for the holiday weekend. Warm highs in the upper 80s, rain chance 20%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. It's the grand opening of Mattress Warehouse, now open to the public, with savings up to 70% on brand name mattresses and free delivery. Visit them on Flora Boulevard in Kissimmee. MattressWarehouse.com.
Listen up, my friends. Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So how about you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs by working with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com and get a free fast quote review. Hit the compare button and Don will review your quote today. That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. You want to see a difference? Go to the website, apply now and get a quote, or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Plus, you'll see immediately that the website's very easy to navigate through. It is chock full of information for you. And any question you have direct access to Don himself. Via live chat, email, Zoom, how about an appointment, or get your question answered live on the air this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show by leaving him a shout out. But most importantly, work with an expert and a friend that you can trust, someone who has your best interest in mind, and it's That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This summer was awesome, but brutal on your lawn. Now it's fall and your lawn needs a quick boost. That's where Scott's Turf Builder comes in. Scott's Turf Builder makes it easy to give your lawn the nutrients it needs to help repair the damage that summer fun caused and strengthen your roots till spring. Guaranteed. Feed and repair your lawn now and enjoy yourself long into the fall. Get Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard at local retailers. Just come out, just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get 50% off all active. That's right, get 50% off all active for the family. Hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 9/2 and 9/3. Excludes in-store clearance. Licensed and outerwear.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
You know that expression, the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, with Massey Services, it's literally true. Why? Because Massey does what the others don't. Every lawn is unique. So Massey starts with a detailed analysis and then builds a customized plan to prevent and control weeds, diseases, and harmful pests. Then they aerate to ensure water and nutrients reach the roots of your lawn. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just 1 dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Just because the calendar says Labor Day doesn't mean grilling season is done. Weber Seasonings is here to keep the flavor party going. Check out Weber's garlic and herb, Chicago steak, kickin' chicken, and more. Weber Seasonings. Find them in the spice aisle or on Amazon.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd.
The most unforgettable weekend of music on the planet.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Just trying to avoid the next round of corporate layoffs by proving our relevancy in the virtual world. Follow us, please. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In just a moment, New York City is a dystopian hellhole, and this weekend is no different. And what happens in New York City is just unbelievable sometimes with the tactics that they use. And when I heard they were doing this, I go, wow, that's the worst. Like, optically, this is the worst thing that the police can put out there, I think. Honest to God, it's just like a bad look. It's Labor Day weekend. People want to enjoy themselves. I don't know what they do on Labor Day weekend. Cookouts, I don't know. You hang out with each other. I'm sure my neighbors will light off the remainder of fireworks that they have for the 4th of July.
Sure.
They keep, like, just sprinkling out every couple of days for some reason.
Has that been a thing? Your neighbors are like crazy firework people?
Yeah, we got some neighbors on the backside that all of a sudden it'll be like Thursday at 4 p.m. and a couple of fireworks will go off. And like they're just trying to burn off whatever they have left in their supply. So I'm sure they'll do that for Labor Day weekend. And this, though, is a stupid thing. I think, and a weird thing for cops to do. Before I tell you this, here's how I think cops should work, all right? I support the police mostly, and I think that cops should first represent the community that they serve. So the cops in the community should look like the community. They should be somebody who goes around and tries to actually uphold the law and not try to go after anybody for ridiculous reasons and take people of their liberty or take their liberties away from them and just bother people. I don't think those are things that police officers should do. I think that they should be of use to the community as a whole. But in New York, here's what's happening. Those attending outdoor parties or barbecues in New York City this weekend may notice an uninvited guest looming over their festivities. A police surveillance drone.
Oh.
They said
Right.
the New York City Police Department.
That seems like an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. They said the New York City Police Department plans to pilot the unmanned aircrafts in response to complaints about large gatherings, including private events over Labor Day weekend. Get this. If you have a party, the New York City Police are going to come out to your party. They're going to launch a drone, a la C-Lane, fly around over your party.
Whoa. I don't spy on people.
No, you're doing the right thing with your drone, not the wrong thing like these folks.
Unless they're naked.
And they're going to look at you from above and determine whether or not they should go in and arrest everybody. That's what they're going to do. And to me, that is insane. That is weird. That is ridiculous. And that is an invasion of privacy in so many ways. If you think that somebody is breaking a law, go into the party and arrest the people for breaking the law. Show them the laws that they've broken. Follow the laws as far as our justice system goes and charge them for something. Otherwise, leave people alone.
Right. And there not a right to, search and seizure if there's essentially searching without asking permission by flying a drone over your house.
That's a good one for Mo, actually, because we do have a Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable search and seizure. And that means that people can't just come into your property, or cops just can't come into your property without a warrant. But would that apply to them flying over your house with a drone? That's a whole different curve in things. They said if a caller states there's a large crowd, a large party in a backyard, we're going to be utilizing our assets to go up and go check on the party. And they're going to fly these drones over all these Labor Day parties that are happening this weekend. And this all started when they had a security briefing on Javert, which I've not heard of. It's an annual Caribbean festival marking the end of slavery that brings thousands of revelers and a heavy police presence to Brooklyn.
So wait, so somebody has to call this in, like they have to snitch on the party? It's not... Yep. I wonder if that makes it different than if you were to just say, nobody has called. We're just going to put the drone in the air and see what happens.
That's another good question. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you get somebody who complains, does that give you more of a right to search or not? Or
But they're already targeting a party based on what? Last year?
Based on what they assume to be a problem.
That ain't
not
right.
An actual problem, what they assume to be a problem. I don't like any of this stuff. One thing that I agree with, and there are very few things that I agree with when it comes to the defund the police movement, but one thing that I do agree with is I don't want our police force to be militarized, right? I don't want our police force to have check out our tanks, check out all these things. You're like, why do you have these things? There's no actual use for this. You're just spending taxpayer dollars on military vehicles for police officers. For what? For show? This is stupid. You shouldn't do this. And the drones thing is another extension of that. Cops shouldn't be flying drones around. All right, I'm sorry. Unless you have evidence and you got an investigation going on and you've got warrants, you shouldn't just be flying drones around to see if you can maybe find somebody doing something wrong. That's not how policing should be. Policing should never be, let's see if we can find somebody doing something wrong. It should be when we get a report of somebody doing something wrong, we go after that person and we charge them. And that is the way it should work. But the New York City Police Department thinks otherwise. They will be monitoring these Labor Day parties with drones just to make sure you're not having too much fun. They don't want that at all.
Did you hear about the dude that got a huge drone fine just recently?
No, for what?
They were flying near an area where there was a wildfire. And one of the things that they tell you when you're like learning and you're getting your license and learning to like respectfully and safely use a drone is you stay away from certain like disasters, wildfire being one of them, because basically because they were flying in the area, they were getting in the way of a helicopter that was trying to lower itself into like a lake and pick up a bunch of water. So like that's why like emergency situations, they say like you got to be super careful that you're not keeping a helicopter from landing for purposes of, you know, medevac or any other kind of thing, because that, and somebody got like I want to say $100,000 fine.
What?
It was ridiculous.
I mean, that makes sense, though. Like, obviously, you don't want things in the way when you're trying to rescue people or deal with an emergency, for sure. Meanwhile, McDonald's is under fire because they have their, you know, when I was younger, McDonald's had the dollar menu. Oh, man, did I live off the dollar menu at these places.
No,
now they have...
It's like the $1 to $3 menu. Like $1 or $2, $3... No,
now they have the $1, $2, $3 menu.
I don't think there's hardly anything that's actually $1 on that menu anymore.
There's nothing. That's why somebody was complaining, because they said the McDonald's near them has the $1, $2, $3 menu, and there are 0 items for $1. There's nothing that they're selling that is $1, even though they have this menu. That is one of the things that kind of highlights inflation for me, because no fast food places have that anymore. I mean, that is just gone from the radar of these places. Almost every place used to have the dollar menu. Like, what do you have on the dollar menu? Now they have the $1, $2, $3 menu, and there's nothing on there for $1 even. People are considering possibly suing McDonald's for the oversight. When we return, we're going to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. We'll also talk about some folks who were found in a remote Rocky Mountain campsite. The reason they were out there is absolutely bizarre, but we're going to talk about that in just a bit and hear from you. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio.
104.1.
Real radio.
104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound before US 441 and after Osceola Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway heading northbound north of Osceola Parkway. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. It's the grand opening of Mattress Warehouse, now open to the public, with savings up to 70% on brand name mattresses and free delivery. Visit them on Flora Boulevard in Kissimmee. MattressWarehouse.com.
Barbecue, bacon, beer, and bourbon all meet at one event. No, you didn't die and go to heaven. Pitmasters and Pourers comes to Mount Dora and not only combines these 4 staples of life, but will also have music featuring DJ Angel of Boom from the Monsters and live performances from Cat Ridgway, Sean Holcomb, Bailey Callahan, and more. It all starts at 3 p.m. Saturday, September 23rd at Elizabeth Evans Park in beautiful Mount Dora. Pitmasters and Pourers, when the ultimate barbecue meets bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon. Presented by Yingling, the City of Mount Dora. Visit Lake County and Real Radio 104.1. Get tickets now at cityofmountdora.com.
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not-so-good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Having trouble sleeping? On the podcast Nothing Much Happens, join yoga and meditation teacher Catherine Nicolai for peaceful bedtime stories to help you relax. Catherine weaves brain training techniques and storytelling to take your mind to a calm and comfy place.
Welcome to Bedtime Stories for Everyone, in which nothing much happens. You feel good, and then you fall asleep.
Listen to Nothing Much Happens on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, this is a nice truck.
Yeah, check this out.
What? I changed it to remind me of my time at sea.
Weren't you in the Air Force?
Yeah, but I really love the ocean.
You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If I could be you,
and you could be me, for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
At Checkers, I'm in the driver's seat. So when there's a tough call, I gotta make it. Like this $3.49 deal. Do I want a checker burger and small fries? Or do I want a spicy chicken sandwich and small fries? Or do I want a crispy fish sandwich and small fries? Whatever I want for just $3.49. Oh, man. Sounds like everyone behind me's in the driver's seat, too. Now half off regular-sized classic slushies.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
From the newsjunkie.com, and in just a moment, join us on the show. My new favorite online argument, I swear to you, is everybody's been this week arguing on Twitter about what country on planet Earth has the best food. which country has the absolute best food on planet Earth? And to me, the answer is so obviously the United States of America that I can't believe that anybody would say anything else. But you get people who just like think, they think that other countries have better offerings than we do here in the good old US of A.
I know that when I've seen this in the past, that the worst place, and it's from the citizens of that place that agree, worst food is the UK or in London.
Everybody says that. Yeah,
they're like, our main dish is chicken marsala. It makes no sense. We steal from everybody else.
Yeah, that's from Indian culture, because the Brits were in control of India for a long time, and that's a good dish. But is that a British dish? No. And what I'm saying is like, as a whole, when I talk about this, I say the United States has the best food in the world for this reason. I don't care what it says when you Google it, because it's a bunch of nonsense, but the most racially, ethnically, and religiously diverse country on the planet is the United States of America. There is no doubt about that. So we get everything. We get everything. I'll tell you.
I thought you were talking about food that would be looked at as like American.
No, just like the access to food that we have, the restaurants that we have, the availability, all of the different things that we can eat in the United States of America, so far above and beyond everybody else out there. It really is amazing. And I was telling Courtney the other day, I was like, you know what I absolutely love about America? That you really don't see.
This is not a conversation I've had with my wife.
Well, it just came up.
Is this foreplay for you guys?
No, I didn't say it that way, but I was just like, it was one of the things where we were talking about something, and I go, that's one of the things I love about this country. And I said, you don't find this in almost any other country. You'll find small instances of it. But in the United States of America, think about this on Labor Day weekend. In almost every major city, I'm talking about a city with a population over 1 million people, you're going to have your Chinatown. You're going to have your areas where there's like a conglomeration of Polish people. You're going to have your areas where there's Vietnamese people or Colombian people. And you're going to have those areas. Like, it's so cool that we have that. You have access to all this stuff. We went to, you guys know the local area where we have all like the, Asian stores and grocery stores and stuff. We went to one of those not that long ago, and we're wandering around. I go, how cool is it that we have something like this, right? And how cool is it that you could fly from China to go to the United States of America and live in a neighborhood, shop at a grocery store, and go to a gas station where even if you didn't speak English, you would fit in just fine? How cool is that? To me, that's pretty amazing. And it's like one of the different symptoms that lead to the good disease of us just having the absolute best food options, restaurant options on planet Earth. Just better than everybody out there. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com, record a dispatch for us right now. There is a German model who is in the news. This is the other side of something we've talked about here on the show. Remember we talked to the doctor who was in the business of extending people's legs, making them taller? Wild job this guy has. It's up on the interview section of thenewsjunkie.com if you want to check it out. And he walked us through the process, and he was telling us how so many of these people are just thrilled after they have this leg lengthening surgery, and it makes them taller.
Oh, man, but it is like, it looks painful.
Oh, yeah.
He was showing us the contraption, essentially stretching you out. And wasn't it like by like a crank of some sort? Like,
yes,
every couple of weeks, like the expanders you would get as a kid growing up from the orthodontist, but for your legs.
I guess you would view this as a cosmetic surgery, right? Because, you don't need to have this. And you're just doing this because. And as a cosmetic surgery, I think it's probably the worst, the most painful that you could go through.
God, I'm getting the ick just thinking about it.
But it shows you like how our modern culture fails short people in so many ways. Like, it's just totally fine.
Have to go to those lengths.
Yeah, I mean, they feel forced. Yeah. They feel forced to go through with this because of how society treats short people. They call them manlets. They go after you.
Short King, though. Short King started to become popular. It brought some confidence to people.
I was watching an old episode, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, of Bachelor in Paradise.
Loser!
You guys did that too quick and at the same time. Too quick and at the same time. And on this episode, there was one guy, and he was a shorter guy, like maybe 5'4" or something, like 5'5", something like that, maybe even a little taller. And they started to show all of the women and guys on the beach that were with him, and they were all making jokes about how short this guy was. And I said, that's one of those things that has not been worked out. Like, we're like, bullying is bad, and you can't say this to this person, you can't say this to this person. But gingers and short people are still on the list, buddy.
You have no souls.
They
Could you
are
imagine
still
being yelled at by a stranger in the street saying, you don't have a soul?
Right, yeah. I mean, like, we just still let that happen. Everything else, we're like, no. We must protect these people. And then short people and redheaded people just get it. Anyhow, we have the other side of the story about people getting their legs lengthened. And this woman, she paid $165,000 to extend her legs. All right. She was already pretty tall. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Sabrina, but 5'6" for a woman that's fairly tall. It's not short.
No, it's how tall I am. So
Yeah,
I feel like average.
Yeah. It's not like if you were 5'6" wandering through the world as a woman, you're like, I'm a tiny person. Like, that's definitely like a normal height, or maybe even a little bit taller for a woman. Or I don't know what the average height for a woman is in the United States. Celine, can you Google that?
Yeah,
average height.
Yeah, sure.
United States.
I could just, I have Google too, so I'll do that as well. Do you want to give a guess?
I like his Google better.
Oh my
Google
God. I'll Bing it then.
No, I would guess something like 5'4" would be what I would guess.
In the U.S. or just all around?
That is dead on. Correct.
In the United States, yeah.
Oh, so I'm above average. Look at me, tall girl.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like you're a little bit taller than the average woman. And then every once in a while you'll see somebody, and women kind of stand out if they're like 6 foot tall or something. But this woman was already 5'6". She got her legs extended by almost 6 inches, making her 6 foot tall.
Look at me. I'm the tall girl with metal in my calves.
And this woman, this German woman, paid $165,000 to do this. You can see what she looks like here in front of me if you're watching the show on
Okay, her legs
what
look ridiculous. It's not proportional.
No.
At all.
No, the bottom half of her body is 4 feet tall and the top half is like 2 feet tall.
That looks fake. I'm calling flag on the field here. That is fake news. That looks like a fake picture.
I don't know if this is the woman, and I'm swearing to you here, I'm not lying.
That picture looks ridiculous.
I think I brought this up after it happened, but Courtney and I were at Universal one time, and I said, I have to draw your attention to something, Courtney. And she says, what?
Babe?
And I go, look at this girl over here.
I remember that.
And I said, we got to look at her. And she looks, she goes, oh my God. And this woman had legs that were like 4.5 feet tall or something.
And when you talked about it, I remember you talked about it, and it turns out that she had gone viral because she had like the longest legs in the U.S.
I think it was her. I'm not sure, but like it was amazing to see.
You should have just went up to her and be like, excuse me, ma'am. Are you the one with the longest legs in the U.S.?
I couldn't help but notice your freakishly long legs from a distance. So
I'm going to talk about you on my show.
Well, this woman is now regretting having this surgery done. She's a 31-year-old model.
You would regret looking like that?
Teresia Fisher is her name. See if she has like an Instagram or something, because I feel like that's probably what neck of the woods she's in. Teresia, Theresia, Fisher, Fischer, 31 years old. Oh my God, It's so weird to see this. Look at her legs.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so she is on Instagram. Her bio includes cringe since 1992.
Oh, God.
Entertainer, host, model. GNTM19. Oh, my God. Those legs, dude.
She was on Germany's Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, really? Okay, so she's like a viral star there.
And according to the New York Post, the article about her, the headline that I'm trying to pull up right now is, I did $160,000 leg lengthening surgery, and it changed my sex life.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would imagine it would change your life as a whole. Just everything would change.
And your bed, I guess.
I'm going to put this up on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com since it's a visual, so everybody else who's listening can see this or check it out later. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, and I'll have that up in a minute. So when you go to See It Now, you'll be able to see this German model that we're talking about. So, yeah, she said her ex told her, Teresia, you know I like big ladies, so I would really like this. You could get up to 14 centimeters taller, And his words influenced her, and she said, all right, I'll go do this. And she went and got the leg lengthening process started. And now she says she regrets that she has done all of this. And when you just look at her legs, am I seeing this correctly? Like, you guys see, like, these marks on her legs, I'm guessing, are from where the surgery actually was done.
They crank those little nails like a millimeter every day.
Yeah, take a look at this. Grab this in front of me here, Celine. Like, see this?
I'm not grabbing that.
I think
I could see that.
I think that's from where they did the surgery itself on this woman. Oh, it's so weird, man.
Well, good for her.
I don't know. I try to think about it. I'm like, is there any kind of plastic surgery I would get? And
you're finally going to fix that nose?
There's nothing wrong with my nose. You guys can't give me a complex on everything, okay? It's building. I'm collapsing under the stress of all of this.
I'm just saying it does not match your tiny baby eyes.
My eyes are normal, I think, though I'm starting to question it. My nose, I think, is normal.
They've gotten smaller since last week, Sean.
They are probably today. I don't know if there is a surgery.
Trying not to let so much light in for the hangover.
There's a surgery for that a lot of Asian women get, where they have their eyes messed with so they look bigger. They look like more open and wider. But
I did it. I'm finally American.
I have the eyes.
I have the eyes.
All right, let's play the clip before we get in trouble, huh?
Yeah, just so you know, there's a guy who thinks he's transitioned into being Asian.
He transitioned back, I thought.
No, well, he was also transitioning, I think, into a woman, and then went back and became the poster child for anti-trans.
This person just does. This person
moving
just does not like the hand they were dealt.
All right, here he is. Ready?
Hey guys, I'm finally Korean. I'm so happy. I'm finally Korean, guys. I have the eyes.
Oh, you got the eyes and everything.
It says on this article, the German woman who has 202,000 followers on TikTok revealed that she felt the desire to have the procedures done after years of bullying, which unfortunately hasn't ended.
Wait, she's still being bullied? She's being bullied now by regular people?
She's being bullied for their crazy, weird legs now.
Yeah, it does look odd. But you know what? Some people are really into it. And hold on, German.
Yeah, but can she like run? Like, I feel like there's a lot of
I don't know,
post-surgery rehab to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't able to move around very well on those legs. It's now up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com, so go take a peek.
It says, it hurts me a lot with the leg lengthening procedure. I found myself and finally overcame my old trauma from being bullied, and now I'm being bullied again. Why am I subject to so much hate? The leg lengthening surgeries didn't discourage the bullying, but they gave her a leg up in the bedroom. She said, my sex is better now. I have become very flexible with my legs and have more room to maneuver in bed.
I can imagine.
More room in bed? You'd think you'd have less room.
I also feel like if she accidentally maneuvers the wrong way, she could take somebody out with a metal rod in your femur.
God, it's a lot to go through all of that. Yeah, I think that's in your leg somewhere. I think you're in the neighborhood at least. They said 3 found dead at a remote Rocky Mountain campsite in this article from the Associated Press. The 3 were trying to escape society. They were struggling to cope with societal changes in recent years, and they said, let's go off the grid. Let's get out of here. They said, exposed to several feet of snow, chills below zero, and no food found at their camp, the 3 of them died of malnutrition and hypothermia, according to their autopsies. So even though they wanted to get away from society, they weren't necessarily prepared to do so.
Off the grid to in the ground.
Which goes to show you, if you're going to be like one of these off the grid people, you gotta work hard for that. You gotta figure out some skills, some survival stuff, and you gotta plan. They did not plan, apparently, to be ready for all of this. We want to hear from you. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. They're on your iPhone, your Android phone, your laptop, whatever you got with a microphone. You can record a dispatch and join us on the show right now. When we return, we still got the next episode on the way. Also, there is a very frightening story that I think is a peek into our future that we have to get to. This week in Florida on a Friday, a bunch for you, a busy show. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Twitter? Yep. We're still there. Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound between Lake Mary Boulevard and State Road 434. 2 left lanes are blocked. There's congestion through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. And delays due to an accident on International Drive east of Darrell Carter Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. It's Sizzly time at Wawa. And you know what that means? All your favorite Sizzlies are just 2 for $5. Like their new Pancake Sizzly. Great mornings start at Wawa.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
I'm Ty Burrell, actor and small business owner. I'm going to show you my steps for making the perfect radio ad. This one's about innovation refunds and the ERC. First step, be relatable. I like pizza and puppies. 2, cold hard info. The ERC is a tax credit for eligible businesses that kept employees on payroll in 2020 and 2021. So if you qualify, Innovation Refunds Network of Independent Tax Attorneys could help you claim it. 3, go to innovationrefunds.com or call 1-843-REFUNDS.
Innovation Refunds does not provide tax or legal advice. We work with an independent network of tax professionals. Terms and conditions apply. Ty is a paid spokesman.
The best time to get a great deal on a Ram truck is now, during the Ram Labor Day sales event. Visit Ram.com or visit your local Ram dealer to find the perfect Ram truck for you. Current FCA owners get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/5/23.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Dunkin's serving up the legend, the icon, the pumpkin spice signature latte, filled with rich espresso flavors of pumpkin spice and whipped cream topper. Then hit with a caramel drizzle and cinnamon sugar. Order ahead on the app today. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
This Saturday and Sunday, only at Old Navy, get 50% off all active. That's right, get 50% off all active for the family. Hurry, it's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 9/2 and 9/3. Excludes in-store clearance. Licensed and outerwear. The Orlando Improv welcomes D. Ray Davis on September 1st and 2nd.
When I tell you, she was beating him, I was like beating him to the point where I was like, don't call my mama.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the area. Call 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Say to you, the biggest trial of all time, like the most people watching a trial, what comes to mind? What do you think of when I say like the biggest courtroom trial ever?
Oh gosh, I feel like OJ or Michael Jackson was like one of the most watched, I think.
Yeah, I think people watched the Michael Jackson one. I don't remember if that was like live streamed. Maybe it was. But the OJ one was huge. It was
definitely like must-see TV.
You definitely have to throw in the Casey Anthony trial, I think. That was something that a lot of people were tuned in on, especially the opening and closing.
That was nationwide. They were tuned into that, right? Because it felt super local to us because it happened in Orlando. But I know that, like, I remember like people tweeting about it. Like, I think I remember Kim Kardashian.
She responded to this?
She responded after the verdict, going like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they let her get away with that." And people were like, "Do you know who your father is?"
Right. Yeah. Because her father was an attorney for OJ, which brings it full circle here. But those were really big. And when I was looking up, C-Lane, can you look up the biggest televised TV trials?
My Google's not working. Sorry.
The list that I saw earlier, I was like, I'm really surprised by some of these. Number one, I think, was Ted Bundy. And
no.
I
It must have been at the time. There was not enough programming for everybody then.
No, that was a big thing, I guess. I didn't know that they televised the Ted Bundy trial. Like, I did not know that was a thing that people watched.
That's because it was in 1979.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, you're not streaming on the internet at that point in time. I also would throw in what's a couple of people are saying over on chat, like Big Doug Millionaire, Depp and Heard. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, that case was big.
That's on the list. Conrad Murray versus the People. Who's Conrad Murray?
Conrad Murray is involved in media, and I think was Canadian. Maybe I got that part wrong.
That was in 2011. William Kennedy Smith versus Patricia Bowman in 1991, I guess, was pretty big. People versus O.J. Simpson, 95. Ted Bundy in 79, excuse me.
Yeah, Ted Bundy one, that would surprise the hell out of me. But all of those will be trumped by what's going to be happening in Georgia whenever this trial gets on.
Oh, I see what you did there, Sean.
They have now confirmed the Trump proceedings in Georgia will be televised and live streamed.
So who gets to pick that up?
Everybody. It'll be like a general feed for all the broadcast outlets. And then also people will be watching on YouTube. And I put my money on it. I think this will be the most watched trial in the history of trials. I think more people will be watching this than all of those other trials probably combined. That's how big this will be. And because it's televised, it'll be more bombastic and more ridiculous and more over the top than it would otherwise be. It would have probably been a different affair if it was just, the old courtroom sketches and simple stuff that you get out of it, like the reporter giving you their notes about what happened. But no. On this, we are going to watch it all go down live. The Georgia trial of Donald Trump on charges that he conspired to overturn the 2020 election will be televised and streamed live, according to Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee. McAfee issued an order Thursday of this week stating that all court proceedings involving Trump and his 18 co-conspirators will be broadcast via a television pool, and the Fulton County Court's YouTube channel will stream the trials live.
Oh, my gosh. The Fulton County YouTube channel is going to overnight become one of the biggest YouTube channels in the world.
It's going to. And then after the trial, people who are subscribed to it will be like, well, what is this? We didn't want this so much. As then, in addition, the judge ruled reporters will be allowed to have computers and cell phones inside the courtroom as long as they don't record the proceedings. Which is kind of stupid considering you're recording the proceedings.
You're broadcasting them. Who cares what gets recorded? I guess maybe they don't
the jury.
They don't want you taking pictures of the jury, and I get that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cameras were allowed inside the Superior Court earlier this month as the sealed indictments were handed down by a Fulton County grand jury. So this is going to be massive. It's not just Trump. It's Giuliani. It's all of these people. There will be a ton of people, a ton of supporters, Trump supporters, folks right of center, folks who call themselves Republicans, conservatives, whatever, who are watching, many of them probably supporting Trump and hoping that he's victorious in the case, thinking the whole thing is some travesty of justice, and a ton, maybe even more, of people who want to see him go to prison, folks who are... And not just left of center people. I'm sure there's some people who are Republicans who don't like Trump, who would like to see him go to prison, think he's guilty. There are going to be millions and millions of people watching this. It's going to be a ratings boom explosion for all the cable networks, and it's just going to be massive all around. Real quick before we take a break, there is yet another AI tool that shouldn't exist, but we just let companies create this stuff and go, we'll deal with the problems later. This story says from Axios, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. The face in the video is mine. The voice was mine, too, but I hadn't spoken the words my parents heard. The video is the product of a company called HeyGen, which allows anybody to create a personal deepfake, an AI-generated video double capable of reciting virtually anything you type into a text field. The experts have been sounding alarms about deepfakes for years, but for better and worse, the capability is here now, and it requires no specialized skill. This is the deepfake result here. You'll hear it if you're listening. You'll see it if you're watching. And this is what came out of the AI.
I'm Ina Fried, Chief Technology Correspondent at Axios. For my latest prompt review, I am taking a look at HeyGen, a new video service that uses AI to help create automated videos.
It's a little tiny bit off. Like the mouth is just a little tiny bit off. But otherwise, it is way more advanced than a lot of the other stuff I've seen. And you're going to see this explode out there in all sorts of categories, including pornography, by the way.
All right.
That'll be something that they use this for. And then you get people who freak out about that because there's been a lot of, I don't know why, but there's a lot of deep fake pornography of streamers, like Twitch streamers and stuff. And they'll take these people and they'll put them in these videos. They don't ask them if they want to be put in these videos or not. And they just do it. They make these deep fakes. And they're fairly convincing, but they're not as convincing as a lot of this newer technology. It is pretty insane, and it's happening very, very fast. MFQ on YouTube says, yeah, something's off, but man, it's getting better. It's really growing exponentially. And it's happening fast enough that I think within a year or 2 years, you are not going to be able to tell if a video is real or if it's fake. We've never had to deal with that in the history of this country or of this world. We've only had to deal with it with photos, with Photoshop, and
like
still
prank videos.
Yes, yeah, no, like determining whether somebody was lying or not. But with photos and Photoshop, we've had to deal with that a little bit. But now it's going to be literally every photograph or video that you see, you have to question immediately if it is real or if it's fake.
Oh, and now the Photoshop's got AI built right into it.
I know.
You could tell it to do stuff or like, its picture cuts off here. Put some more sky over there. Stuff like that.
Add background that didn't exist in the photograph, and it'll do it. Just wild stuff. What do you think? You worried about this, or you think we're going to be just fine? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Taylor Swift is coming to a theater near you, and now The Exorcist be like, look what you made me do. And it has nothing to do with what your mom sucks in hell. 50 Cent is a suspect in a criminal felony battery report after chucking his magic stick at a woman's face. Plus, a 68-year-old grandma is enjoying a newfound fame, all because of her name that happens to be the same as 2023's biggest movies. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hi, everybody. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Friday weather forecast update for Central Florida. Happy Friday to you. Looks like a warm high today, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Rain chances are slight for the AM, better bet by the PM. And after 2 o'clock, coverage soars to 60 to 70%. A few heavy downpours around again today, some cloud-to-ground lightning. Showers and storms possible through about 10 o'clock tonight. Rain chance at 50%, lows to 76. Saturday and Sunday for the holiday weekend. Warm highs in the upper 80s, rain chance 20%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Folks, I love to tell you about Mills Air because they are a company that knows what they're doing and they know how to treat their customers, so they're going to treat you well. What Mills Air does is they help you out with your air conditioner, right? As simple as that. They have technicians that are better than any of the competitors out there. And these are people you're going to be happy to have in your home. You know, they're respectable people. And they're also very, very knowledgeable. They're good at telling you what is wrong with your AC, even if you don't know, like me, how the air conditioning works or what's going on with it. They have preventative maintenance at Mills Air, so that can help you out to prevent a huge catastrophe. Maybe they can tell you, hey, we got a part here that's about to break, and if you fix it now, you won't have any problems. Or they can tell you your AC is in perfect working order. There's nothing wrong with it. You're good to go. It's healthy. They've been doing this stuff since 1992. For over 30 years, they've been keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there. Don't worry about that. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means a lot, but it means also that they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. Don't leave that money on the table if you're going to get a new AC. They have financing for virtually everybody out there, so be at ease and calm if you have a major issue and just reach out to Mills Air. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Their number, 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If your business is looking to add talent to your team, sign up for the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair.
The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair will be promoted across iHeartMedia's 13 radio stations that reach nearly 2 million people.
Get the word out about your open positions and attract top talent. The next Florida Job Fair takes place at the Orlando Science Center October 11th from noon until 4.
For more information, go to fljobsnow.com and click on Get More Info.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what? What?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Start saving on the road with Valero's 100 Days of Summer. Get fuel-saving snacks, swag, and more every day all summer long. Only with Valero Pay Plus. Download the app and start saving right now. Additional terms and conditions apply.
At Checkers, I'm in the driver's seat. So when there's a tough call, I gotta make it. Like this $3.49 deal. Do I want a checker burger and small fries? Or do I want a spicy chicken sandwich and small fries? Or do I want a crispy fish sandwich and small fries? Whatever I want for just $3.49. Oh, man. Sounds like everyone behind me's in the driver's seat, too. Now half off regular-sized classic slushies.
The iHeartRadio all-access free preview is coming. Listen to any song on demand. Unlimited skips, even download your faves and listen offline. Experience true freedom. The iHeartRadio all-access free preview starts Monday. Download the free iHeartRadio app now. Free never sounded so good.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just 1 dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd.
The most unforgettable weekend of music on the planet.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
In just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Hey, folks. Hey, you. Thanks for listening to the show. We appreciate it. If you miss anything today, you can always catch up with us this weekend on the podcast. Elaine uploads it every day after the show. And you can find all the links that you would possibly need over on thenewsjunkie.com. So go over there and subscribe on iHeartRadio. They pay the bills around here. So it would be appreciated if you followed that way. But if you listen any other way, it's fine. You know, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. Just don't miss out on the content train.
Is iTunes still a thing?
No.
Yes, of course it is.
Podcast.
iTunes is, well, they have the podcast app. Well, what do you call the store where you like buy movies and stuff and TV shows on Apple TV?
I think it's
I don't know.
Yeah. I think
when
that
I get billed, it says iTunes. When I get the bill.
Well,
I don't know.
Agree to disagree?
Nope. We're going to have to agree right. Because there's still an iTunes. This is still a thing. If I launch on my computer an MP3 file, I think it launches it too. but it is kind of in a weird nebulous spot. Okay, let's get into it. Here we go.
No.
Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Eat the goddamn shrimp!
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. If you are refinancing, buying your first dream home, doing some debt consolidation, then start working with someone who is an expert, but also part of the Real Radio family, and get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Start the process today with someone who has your best interest in mind. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 25 years ago, 1998. This guy right here. You remind me of the Babe.
What Babe?
Babe of the Power.
What power?
Power of voodoo.
Voodoo? Do what?
Babe. Sean?
Yeah, David Bowie?
David Bowie is right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Got
25 years ago today that he launched his online internet service provider
I forgot
business.
about
Oh, yeah.
BowieNet. The service offered basic internet services and exclusive Bowie news and releases.
You know, it's kind of funny, but it's also like
Way
really,
before his time.
Yeah, super innovative. Like he really was way ahead of everybody on that kind of stuff.
Ahead of it, but then it didn't last very long and seemed like maybe a bad investment. Is it still around? Could you go to BowieNet?
Oh, I doubt it.
They should bring it back for his anniversary or whatever. I don't know how much Bowie news was going on in 98, but congratulations to David Bowie. And the complete opposite to this guy right here.
50 Cent.
50 Cent is right, and he went all Cardi B during his concert in L.A. You got to see this video. I don't think you could play the audio, but he chucked his broken microphone in frustration into the crowd and then hit a fan right there, smack dab in the middle of her head.
Why was he frustrated?
Because it was broke. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It broke big time, but he threw it so hard. He was at the stage at Crypto.com Arena over the week.
What a cool arena, right?
His final lap tour. How can they still afford to be the name of an arena? He's getting real mad. Flames are in the background. His mic is not working. Then he grabs the broken one after getting handed a new one and then just throws it as hard as possible into the crowd. Now, you have to see the results of this because it hit a lady right in the head.
Oh, he did wing it.
He's joined by YG, who's belting out a song. Then he turns to one side of the stage, hurls the mic, striking a woman. And sources are saying that he wasn't targeting the woman, but he beamed her really good, so much so that she had to go to the hospital.
Oh, my God. Why didn't he throw it at, like, the sound engineering people or something? He threw it at the audience member?
I think TMZ in that same article showed the photos of the victim that she posted on Instagram. It shows a huge gash on her head, bloody towels wrapped around her neck.
Oh, my.
And now he is the suspect in a criminal felony battery report. This is a Power 106 radio host, Brianna Moynihan.
That's who got hit?
Yeah, she was a woman that got hit in the face, filed a police report. Law enforcement is saying that they believe 50 threw the mic at his crew in the production area and hit the victim instead. Victim told cops 50 looked directly at her before throwing the mic, at least according to her. 50 knew who she was and
That's
that
how
she
you get
was
that
there.
money. 50 looked right at me.
It got her right in the forehead,
But she has a big laceration on her face. Like
I didn't see the
that
laceration,
hurts, man.
but it looks like at least it has the appearance, you can see here, has the appearance that there's blood on her top that she's wearing, if that's what
a lot
that
of blood,
is.
man.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it started just gushing out a little bit.
But a dream for radio brethren. I mean, that is going to be the hot topic, and you get to talk about it on your show first.
Oh, there it is. There's the actual laceration. Oh, man. Yeah,
That's
it did get her
bad,
pretty
dude.
good. Yeah, that's not great.
What is that, a Shure 57B? Huh?
I guess so.
50 Cent's attorney, Scott Lehman, he says, let's be very clear. I told LAPD this afternoon my client, Curtis, a.k.a. 50 Cent, would never intentionally strike anyone with a microphone. Anyone say something different doesn't have all the facts and is misinformed.
It doesn't matter.
Who would say anything different than the woman that got hit in the face by a microphone?
No, but it doesn't matter. If everything the attorney is saying is true, it doesn't matter even a little bit.
He still threw it.
Yeah, he's saying he didn't intend to hit the fan. You still threw a microphone into a crowd of people, and then a person got hit. So you're going to be held liable for that.
Exactly. This person is dead, not hit by a microphone, but turns out he did take a lot of Viagra, and I'm talking about Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner's priority remained his peen until the very end, according to his widow, Crystal Hefner. She was part of the show, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
What was it called?
The
House
Girls
Bunnies?
Next Door?
The Girls Next Door, that's right. With the other girl that ended up dating a football player, and she got a spin-off show. And then there was the Holly. Holly
that was pretty big
one.
at the time, actually. That show was very popular when it was out.
Well, now we have Crystal Hefner, the former Playboy model, that claims in her upcoming memoir, Only Say Good Things, that Hugh took so much Viagra that it kept his sex life alive. He eventually went deaf in one ear. Did you know that was a symptom?
From the
taking
Viagra?
Too much Viagra, yeah.
I did not know that.
Hef always said he'd rather be deaf and still able to have sex. Is that she writes in the book that is now available, or at least going to make it to the bookshelves very soon. Crystal met Hugh when she was 21, and he was 81.
Oh, okay, a little age gap, yeah.
And she reveals that despite believing her dreams came true upon moving into the Playboy mansion, her reality was far more bleak. The Playboy founder allegedly controlled every detail of their lives, including nail polish color, had to be light pinks. Also made her and the other bunnies participate in orgies, which is not very surprising.
Okay.
But she said it was embarrassing. I didn't know most of the people that were there in our bedroom at one time. A lot. It was pretty bad. We were like, oh, I guess now it's your turn. Nobody really wanted to be there. But Hef made everyone do it.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the title of the book is based on something that he had said once. He had a conversation with Hef, and he said, once I go, when I'm gone, please only say good things about me. So she titled the book and is now saying a lot of bad things. She also revealed that in her marriage, it involved chicken soup, strict curfews, and a lot of group sex. There were strict rules in place that you had to be in bed or be back at the Playboy Mansion by 6 p.m., and supper always included chicken soup with cream cheese and crackers.
Oh, my God.
Yummy.
Get tired of that real quick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I haven't seen many companies fail as hard as Playboy has failed. Playboy was...
Hey, they have a website now. Come
They
on.
were the biggest thing in the world. They were this huge brand, despite what their content is, and it being something that's not like family friendly. They could have transitioned really well to the internet. They didn't do it. They failed at that. They could have transitioned to being a different business that had all kinds of other content. They didn't do it. They failed at that. Every time they've had somebody who says they're going to take the reins and they're going to reinvent the company, they don't do it. They failed. The company is just an absolute S show. It's embarrassing.
But, you know, I've heard a lot of crazy stories coming out of there. And now, who was the guy who took it over? Like Twizzlers or Twinkies Air?
I don't remember.
That bought the mansion?
Oh, yeah. They knocked it down, I think, right?
I would hope so. That thing was
crusty.
Yeah,
Can
it
you
was
imagine
gross.
taking a black light to that? It would glow. You could see it from space, I imagine. Full of semen. Anyways, let's
gathered that.
do some more some more news about Barbie, because it just never, ever, ever stops. Now, the big meme, the big hashtag this summer was what? For 2 points.
Barbenheimer?
That is correct. 2 points for C-Lane, because, of course, Barbie and Oppenheimer opened on the same day, and a lot of people got a kick out of it, but the person who got the biggest kick, a woman named Barbie Oppenheimer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
what are the chances of that?
68-year-old woman, a grandma to be exact, over in Massachusetts, and that is her real name, but she says most people don't believe it. They think I'm joking. Now, technically, she's gone by Barbara for most of her adult life. When she was younger, she went by Barbie. Now, she has totally embraced her summer of unexpected fame. She has seen both movies, but couldn't handle them both in the same day. Giggity. She watched Oppenheimer first, since her husband is actually related to J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Oh.
And the so-called father of the atomic bomb. And then she went to go see, of course, Barbie, and she loved both movies, but in different ways. And I don't think that's a crazy statement because both movies are very different from each other.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, like, the whole point was that they were so different. That's why they, like, were counter-programming each other. Yeah, right.
Speaking of Barbenheimer, they are actually going to go through with a Barbenheimer movie. It's a cheap B movie, and they aren't, like, casting or any details just yet, but the synopsis is: in Dollsville, a group of fed-up female dolls led by a brilliant Dr. Barbenheimer built an atomic bomb, and their mission is to bring down the patriarchy once and for all.
Okay.
But as the battle of the sexes swells, will Barbenheimer and her group of beauties end up blowing up more than they bargained for? Ain't. No details of when it will be, but it will start filming later this month. We heard about Taylor Swift's concert movie coming to a theater near you, but won't be coming on the same day, is The Exorcist Believer. They actually had to move the date of their premiere because they're scared no one will go see it.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
I guess the Swifties fan base immediately rushed to AMC app and caused it to temporarily crash as of last night because of all the tickets for the Taylor Swift movie. They have an estimated $10 million in ticket pre-sales so far, and it's going to show every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through November 5th.
Wow.
They also get a free mini poster.
If they had balls, they would program the Taylor Swift movie with a Kanye West movie.
Oh, that would be. I'm going to let you finish. And then they say The Exorcist Believer was supposed to be on the same day, but they moved the release of that to October 6th so that the premiere doesn't compete with Taylor Swift.
That looks scary, that movie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Taylor can't see it.
Why not?
Because she's dead.
And finally, announced pretty much the same day, Beyonce is now shopping around her Renaissance visual album.
See, I'm telling you, they're all going to start doing this because it's just smart.
I love it, and I'm in. God, tell me where to swipe my credit card. Reportedly, it's part of the film that's being directed, and a lot of it was filmed in Atlanta, just not the show I went to. It was like that Monday show that I was stuck on a plane at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Show.
She's also asking fans that attend shows moving forward to wear silver because her birthday is going to be on Monday, Labor Day, on September 4th. So
I don't have any silver.
Happy B-Day. You don't have any silver at all?
I don't know a single silver thing.
Oh, I know what to get you.
What do you
for
wear
Christmas.
on New Year's Eve?
I just wear regular clothes. Why would I have a silver outfit? You know how ridiculous I would look?
I dare you. I'm going to get you full silver for Christmas.
Like a silver, with all kinds of rhinestones on it, shirt or something?
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
Why not? On the boob tube, you can Google it. Or have C. Lane do it because he's Google master. But most importantly, follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Give it a follow. Why don't you? And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you.
When we return this week in Florida.
With the Google master.
With the Google master himself, Christopher Dolores Lane.
The slowest Google machine in here.
That computer is old as hell in that studio, for God's sake.
We're on Windows 95.
It's on Windows 7, actually.
Oh, Jesus. Is this the budget we have around here? My God. iHeart, can you open the coffers a little bit? You're triggering me. I'm triggered.
Please. You have all the updated stuff there in your studio.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd like to have everything updated in that studio so that we could then, some days be all in the same area together.
You getting me that
would
black
be nice.
mic?
Possibly, yes. Because
How about gold?
Wait, what are you doing now? We were talking about the black one. The black one is great.
Black one is great, but the gold is better.
Oh, boy. All right, we'll see. We'll look into this. When we come back, though, This Week in Florida is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for two to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. They specialize in one-of-a-kind custom-designed jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect heavy delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking 2 left lanes on I-4 westbound between CR 46A and Maitland Boulevard. There's congestion through the city on I-4 westbound between Robinson Street and Princeton Street. Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on Goldenrod Road at the Beach Line. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles. Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. It's Sizzly time at Wawa. And you know what that means? All your favorite Sizzlies are just 2 for $5. Like their new Pancake Sizzly. Great mornings start at Wawa.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com coming October 11th.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes...
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Attention homeowners, costly repairs ruining your budget? Get the award-winning Choice Home Warranty and see how much you can save. Get a free quote right now. Just dial pound 250 and say Home Warranty. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details. Call now, pound 250, keyword Home Warranty.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised $22 million to support scholarships for families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. For 13 weeks, June 12th through September 4th, Carroll Distributing has donated 13 additional cents from each case of Bud and Bud Light sold in Brevard County. Join the Monsters from Real Radio 104.1 on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live from the Cocoa Beach Fish Camp as we present Carroll Distributing's additional donation to a Brevard recipient. That's Friday, September 8th at Cocoa Beach Fish Camp starting at 6 a.m. For more info, visit RealRadioMonsters.com on the events page.
Hey everybody, it's Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, and we want to help turn your to-do list into your today list. Your morning routine, healthy meals, and workout plans. We've got you covered. Join us every morning on NBC because every day needs today.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not-so-good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
With Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5, you get faster speeds with Spectrum Speed Boost. Purchase the new Samsung Galaxy Z through Spectrum and get up to $1,000 off, plus the value of your trade-in device. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com to get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5 today. Visit spectrum.com/policies/mobile-terms for details. Restrictions apply. Spectrum Internet required. Auto pay required.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep. And a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements. Learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better. Night after night. Sleep next level. Only from Sleep Number. Don't miss our Labor Day special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Labor Day.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at IneedARootCanal.com. That's IneedARootCanal.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance at a data and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
Takes us on a journey, and we figure out how bad Florida looks this week in just a moment. Don't forget to go to thenewsjunkie.com. Go to the website, create an account over there. That's how you can join us on the show with Dispatch. You could also learn about the uncensored secret shows, which you could subscribe to at thenewsjunkie.com. It's one of those going up after the show today. And you can also get all the info you need to about the show and see everybody else's dispatch. More improvements on the way. There is an update that's going to be rolling out this weekend, and I'll tell you about that a little bit next week. Right now, are you ready, C-Lane?
I'm ready and loud. I'm ready.
All right. You're ready and loud. Am I playing your intro still?
Yes.
Okay, good. We got it right here. Let's do This Week in Florida. Oh, hang on.
Maybe you're
Let's
not.
do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here, and that means it's time to take a little trip around the state of Florida and see what has been going wrong probably in the last 7 days or so. We do it every week, and we start with, obviously, the big thing that happened in Florida was the hurricane. Mm-hmm. And when a hurricane comes through, you got to make the best of everything if you're in a bad situation. And that's what has happened to Mr. Bill Stewart. I sent you this link. It's one of the links that I sent you.
All right.
Where this guy, he had a whole bunch of flooding in his house, and he decided, let's just take a really quick second to get some Facebook likes out of this bad situation. You got it?
Yeah, I see him here.
It says, Hurricane Idalia hit Florida as a Category 3 hurricane. Some places hit hard. Some residents decided to ride it out. One man in Weeki Wachee said he would try his best to enjoy himself amid the flooding, so he reclined and had a beer as the floodwaters were racing in. Somebody on the comment section, and it was actually a really good point, they're like, what if an alligator just swam in there while he was trying to have his beer and get his space bucks? That would be a little bit scary.
Because there's a river just flowing through his damn house. It's an absolute mess for this guy.
I mean, that is a terrible, terrible situation, but I would like to think that I would have a little time, just take a little time to take some sort of funny picture.
His couch looks like your couch, kind of. It looks similar to the couch that you have with all the bells and whistles and plugs and cup holders.
Now, man. That doesn't look like it has as many USB ports as my couch does. It's an inferior couch. Another person got a little bit of viral attention in Port Charlotte, where they said that there was a lot of flooding in their yard too, and they live on water, and a manatee just came up into the yard and started eating their grass.
That's cool.
Oh, damn!
It was like they call them sea cows. This one was literally grazing, eating the grass, and a woman's heard on the video saying, "He's eating the grass." Unbelievable.
Well, if you got a manatee eating the grass in your yard because of the hurricane flooding, that's a lot of flooding, because a manatee is a big-ass animal, to get it to be able to be there.
Click the link that I sent from WESH, Channel 2 in Orlando. They have the video of this woman, or this woman took of the manatee and the flooding in the yard. There you see it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, the place is completely flooded out here.
Potato
is
bone.
This them? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here she is. Oh, there he is.
Wow.
Eating the grass.
He's eating the grass.
Unbelievable.
He's eating the grass. Unbelievable.
Weirdly enough, we were just talking about this subject, I think yesterday, the subject of golf carts and whether or not you can drive them in certain neighborhoods. And we got various answers that some neighborhoods, I think, the neighborhood gets to decide whether or not that's allowed, and then you just can't take them on major roads. But there is a new law that will be passed soon in Florida. And it says that, and I would hate this if I were in high school, because golf carts was like one of the things that you could drive if you were underage. There were very few. And right now it says children under 18 will be required to have a driver's license or learner's permit to get behind the wheel of a golf cart in Florida. More than 6,500 children are injured in golf cart accidents annually in this country, and about half are younger than 12. Currently, state law says children over the age of 14 can drive with minimal supervision. I didn't even know there was a law about golf carts.
How many kids are injured each year?
6,500 children.
Oh, it's nothing. Yeah, they'll be fine.
It makes them stronger or something, right?
I'll tell you what the real problem is, and I've been part of this problem. I absolutely am guilty of this. When you go out and go golfing with friends and you drink, that's when you get dangerous on a golf cart.
Oh, yeah. I almost killed somebody last time we did a foot golf with Tom and Dan.
Oh, it's fun. Remember how drunk C-Lane was on that golf cart?
I was. It says Eric Schultz.
I'm driving a golf cart, you MFer.
Don't play it. Eric Schultz lives on Davis Island and drives a golf cart. Says, I would really appreciate it if they brought it up to the age where they're completely legal to drive a golf cart as well as a car. I see a lot of 14-year-olds operating golf carts with 3 or 4 of their friends in the thing, and I got to tell you, I can't think of a more dangerous situation than that. Man, when we were in high school, my friend lived in one of those, I was going to say one of those golf cart communities. It was a golf club community, so everybody had, a lot of people had the golf carts. And once his parents went to sleep, we would take that thing joyriding on the golf course.
So wasted.
That's him in the golf cart.
So
you were hammered that day.
It was a fun day.
It was a very fun day.
It was a long Uber ride, and there was a lot of free beverages.
Kissed each other in the cheek that day.
Did we?
Why do you remember that?
Because I thought it was a sweet moment.
Somebody who apparently hasn't been to the beach in a long time just took a vacation there.
Yes.
Click the Yahoo link I sent, because I think I was telling you guys about this the other day.
How do you say that?
Yahoo.
The Yahoo link.
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Beachgoer. All right, I see it right here.
Remember I was telling you that they had these plane banners that had what do you call them? The QR codes on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way that's scannable. The one in this picture looks like it actually would scan. But they say, is the era of truly peaceful vacations over? A Redditor spotted unskippable ads that you cannot ad block during their recent South Florida vacation. It says ruining an otherwise quiet beach day.
Oh, come on.
These things were all over Daytona.
Isn't that, don't we know who that is on that flying banner with the gun?
Do we?
Yeah.
Show
somebody
it again?
you can't really see very well, but somebody that we know did like an ad for a gun show thing, and then it just ended up being everywhere where they wanted a girl with a gun.
It says Lock and Load Miami. It says shoot machine guns at Lock and Load Miami. Mm-hmm. And the Redditor says, my vacation at Miami Beach is getting ruined by unskippable ads. This is gross and frustrating. Can you even scan a QR code when it's being flown through the sky like that? I can't ad block you, but you also can't force me to scan your stupid code.
Wow, big mad.
Person has not been to the beach in a while. Those advertisements are a dime a dozen, you would think.
Yeah, I hate those things. I hope those planes crash.
Wow.
Wow.
Has nothing to do with the pilot. I think that they're just trying to do their job and make a living.
I know that they're doing their job of making a living. I want them to survive.
To fly a banner not too long ago.
Yes, and that was amazing. But now I'm over it. Again, like I don't want to look at that when I'm at the beach. I'm with these people. It's weird.
Vieira High School is not really having a good month, it seems. They had a whole scandal with I think Amy Kaufelt was telling us about. They had like the hazing, the football team, and a bunch of those kids got suspended. And now there's a video.
It was a sexual hazing kind of thing.
Really? I did not read into what exactly the hazing was. I just know.
Why is that so common? Why is it so common that you have like these people on a team and they're all like high school kids and they're hazing each other?
Butt.
Yeah, in like a really sexual way. That seems strange to me.
Well, they have more issues over at Vieira High because a video has surfaced of an American history teacher at the high school forcing his students to reenact conditions of living on a slave ship.
Okay.
In the video, the teacher
how do you do it?
Well, he has his students lay down next to each other on the concrete and draw crime scene-like chalk outlines around their bodies. In the Facebook post memorializing the incident, he says it's an innovative hands-on approach, and the kids, quote, have fun, unquote, understanding the conditions related to slave ship voyages.
You sure about that? I don't have a problem with that so far. They lie down and do like a tracing around themselves.
They were like lying in the concrete with how hot it's been. You probably burn them all.
Well, that I could take issue with. But sometimes I think they're like, ooh, it was a slavery lesson, and the teacher tried to get creative and reenact something, and just by default, that's bad. And the same people who complain about this stuff are the people who are like, we're not teaching enough about slavery in schools. It's like, if they teach about slavery and get all the kids involved, and they teach them a good lesson, like it's possible that it could be a good lesson.
I don't mind the lesson. It's weird to say that the kids are having fun.
Having fun during slavery.
Like, fun learning about slavery.
Yeah, that seems difficult to pull off.
In Pinellas County, they're starting to ban a lot of cigarettes and vaping on the beach. But one of these is one of these laws that sounds like somebody wrote it for themselves. Mm-hmm. They have not banned cigars on the beach.
Oh, right.
So the state lawmakers passed a bill last year allowing local governments to create outdoor smoking bans for the first time. They included an exemption for unfiltered cigars. State Rep Randy Fine of Brevard County sponsored the 2022 bill that became law. It said initially wanted to allow local governments to ban all forms of smoking. But after pushbacks from colleagues who he described as fans of the cigar industry, he said he agreed to create the carve-out. He knew previous efforts to pass such a law had failed, and he didn't want...
So scummy, man.
He didn't want the insistence on allowing cigar bans to kill his law. Accused thief tells the cops, I'm not good at shoplifting. Car crashes through the front of a hospital at Cape Coral. It says there was no structural damage to the hospital, just cosmetic.
Really?
Yeah, that's the pictures of it. You see a car inside a hospital. I don't know how that's not structural damage.
Yeah,
but, you can let somebody.
Did the automatic doors like open perfectly in time for the car to drive through or something?
It looks like stuff is broken. How is that cosmetic?
Yeah.
And last but not least, in this week in Florida, in Fort Pierce, a brazen thief is behind bars after detectives say he stole clothes, tools, ice cream, and jewelry, and then took a nap in the garage after he was done. That's the last part. That's the part you're supposed to skip if you're a burglar and you want to get away with stuff. Shortly after 8 a.m. Wednesday, deputies responded to a home on Indian River Drive in reference to the burglary. They found the man. He fled the scene, but they were able to catch up with him and charge him with a different crime, where he stole other people's clothes, tools, ice cream, and jewelry. The guy really has a sweet tooth for that ice cream. And for that, that's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. When it comes to that story about the cigars and the cigarettes, that was on the beach, right?
Yeah.
That's where that ban was supposed to be?
Pinellas County beaches.
I'm always a person who wants less laws rather than more laws, because at my core, again, one of my moral principled stands is that I want more freedom for everybody, as much freedom as possible for each person. But I do agree with banning cigarettes on the beach, even though I still smoke at this moment in time. Probably not for too much longer.
Heard that.
But I don't like I've seen so many people, and honestly, I got to admit it, I just got to be honest with you, I've been guilty of this myself. Smoking on the beach, and then you just kind of put it in the sand and cover it with sand, and I don't like that. I think we have some things, and we should keep them nice as people, just as humanity out there. And the beach is one of them. And you see so many people. Courtney and I saw this lady as we were driving around the neighborhood a couple of days ago, and she cut through this area, and she had a bag of fast food in her hands. And she just threw it on the ground, and kept walking rather. And I said to her, I said, Courtney, there's a trash can right there, which was 5 feet to the left of her. There's a trash can 20 feet to the right of her. And yet she just threw her food on the ground and walked away with the idea that so many of these people have, where it's somebody else will clean this up. Someone will do this. And even the more insane and stupid and potato-brained idea, where people will go, actually, I'm keeping somebody in a job because it's somebody's job to clean this stuff up. And it's that to me, I don't know why that strikes me as hard as it does, but we saw a guy maybe a year ago who pulled up to a stoplight, and he rolled down his window and he started cleaning out his car, and he's throwing McDonald's bags, Big Gulp cups.
So scummy.
Isn't that? And it's just find a trash can. It's not that hard to do this.
That's one of those times where I would say, what's the maximum fine? What's the biggest we can throw at this person money wise?
Yeah, I mean, I've been guilty of doing this stuff myself, and I don't know why all of a sudden it comes into focus for me, but I wouldn't do it now. And for me, it's with cigarettes, flicking cigarettes out the window and
flicking.
Yeah, you don't think about that as being a bad thing, but it is. It's we should, and this is one of those things that's not even partisan. Everybody should be able to come together on simple things like clean up your own mess. Don't leave a bunch of trash behind out in nature, in public. Don't do any of these things. You have no excuse for doing it. There's not. You can't say, well, there is no trash cans around. Keep it in your car till you get next to a trash can. Keep it on your person until you get next to a trash can. I just can't see people doing this and not think something bad about them.
And I guess the vaping thing is about litter too, which I guess there is some litter with vaping, but it just seems like that's a weird thing to come after.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. There was a lot of pushback when I said vaping seems different, but people were saying the vapes are so disposable now
that people are just chucking them after they're done.
Yeah, they're just flinging them like they would actually fling regular cigarettes. So if that's the case and that's what's happening, then they shouldn't be doing that. These are just the central core issues that I think probably 90% of people would agree with me on. It's let's treat the planet as good as we can. Let's not just throw trash everywhere. It makes you a trashy person. And let's expect more out of the people around us. These are really, really simple things. And I don't know why, but you just find so many people that do not want to follow those rules. I wish there was more. All right, let's work in one or two dispatches very, very quickly and see what's going on out there where you are. Here is Guitar Slinger talking about old gear in the broadcast facility.
In the course of my travels, I've been to numerous broadcast facilities, both radio and TV.
Same.
And even in some of the bigger markets where they have the bucks, they have equipment that's 30 years old, still using it. I mean, I was in one AM radio station and they had cassette decks. I mean, they were TX, but they still were cassette decks. Hey, executives, pull the wallet out, spend some money. I got better equipment in my home studio than some of these radio stations. It's
No, they're cheap, man. They don't want to invest in this stuff. They don't want to spend any of their hard-earned monies to invest in the future. I invest in myself. You can see that by some of the things that I do. iHeart, not so much. They're like, we got this. This works. Go do your job. This is enough. And I think we're doing pretty well so far, honestly. You know, I think we're doing pretty good. And the adjustment is going well so far. It's just about the next phases of things. We've got to get the video a little bit better. We've got to get things synced up. But the people who watch this show is a tiny, 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 tiny portion of the overall audience of people that hear us every day. So we have to focus on that first. And they got Sealand a new mic, a nice one. It looks good. Ooh. Sounds better. It's not filled with a bunch of crusties.
Ew.
Is yours filled with crusties when you look at it, Sabrina?
Oh, yeah. No, this is disgusting.
Oh,
I mean, years and years of everyone else's spittle.
You see it? You see it in there?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like the shade it's supposed to be. It's just full of dirt.
It's a different color.
It used to be like before we moved, before COVID, we had, the pop filters. Everyone had their own, and you would replace it. But back to the old days, huh?
Yeah, right back to it. That's the way it goes nowadays, I guess. Okay, quick break for you. And when we come back, I've got a bunch of your comments all teed up and ready to go. Sabrina said she has some audio of me doing something. I have no idea.
It was a bit of a surprise in my inbox, and with the help of producer extraordinaire Jeff Ildenfritz, also known as Fritz. We have a gift for the people that are listening.
Oh, God. All right. I'm worried about this, but
you should be. Absolutely should be.
Let's see how this goes. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on Boggy Creek Road heading northbound at the Greenway. 2 left lanes are blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound, causing delays between CR46A and Maitland Boulevard. Watch out for slowdowns heading over the St. Johns River Bridge heading eastbound. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. It's the grand opening of Mattress Warehouse, now open to the public, with savings up to 70% on brand name mattresses and free delivery. Visit them on Flora Boulevard in Kissimmee. MattressWarehouse.com.
Win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
Oh, man, that is great. You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Immerse yourself in virtual reality with Kokomo, the new app from Canon. Connect with friends and family live in photorealistic environments. It's like being together even if you're miles apart. Search Kokomo by Canon to download now from the MetaQuest Store, Apple App Store, or Google Play.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment today. AspireAllergy.com.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall. There's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The Orlando Improv welcomes D. Ray Davis on September 1st and 2nd.
When I tell you she was beating him, I was like beating him to the point where I was like, don't call my mama.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the area. Call 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Let's be real, Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices, like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Hi, my name is Dan Packard. I was on my way to work, and the gentleman behind me hit me. We called Morgan & Morgan. From that moment on, everything else Morgan & Morgan took care of. Morgan & Morgan did it all with literally one phone call.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey everybody, it's Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, and we want to help turn your to-do list into your today list. Your morning routine, healthy meals, and workout plans. We've got you covered. Join us every morning on NBC because every day needs today.
See that sign? Employees only. That means keep out, buddy. It's just for us Buy Well employees. This is where we talk freely about all the stuff happening in the world.
You can keep Meghan Markle for all I care. As long as I get to take Harry to a weekend in Vegas, I'm happy.
It's Employees Only, courtesy of Ron Howard, the new podcast from Imagine Audio, Pretty Fast, and iHeartMedia. It's Employees Only. Listen on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
0% APR financing ends Labor Day Monday. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando today. See dealer for details.
Real Radio has your chance. Data and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
Sabrina's got some secret audio of me in just a moment here. But I want to show you something that I like to show you over and over and over again, and I'll never stop showing you, and that is just how dumb some of these media outlets are, TV stations, newspapers, all that good stuff, right? As a child, I always thought, well, these must be insanely skilled people, these journalists with their notepads going around to find all sorts of details out about what's happening in the world and reporting back to us. They must all be geniuses. And then I worked with them, and I realized how dumb most of them are and how lazy most of them are and how bad they are at their jobs. And I saw this article that was
here.
not directed at you, I promise. I saw this article that was making the rounds today on social media,
Facebook,
on all those.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
And here's what it says, right? This is like bait for people. It says California has the highest level of, quote, cancel culture, unquote, in America, study finds. This is from KTLA. It's in the second biggest market in the United States of America. It's an incredibly popular television station. They should be better than this. And you could just see how insanely stupid this is in the first couple of paragraphs. It says, with more celebrities than any state, it might not be surprising to hear that Californians cancel more celebrities on social media as well, according to a new study. According to Merriam-Webster, now this is what they call a filler paragraph, cancel culture is defined as the practice or tendency of engaging in mass canceling as a way of expressing disapproval and exerting social pressure. Here's the problem sentence. A recent study by onlinecasinos.com found that Californians are the quickest to cancel a star out of anybody in the country. Really? Did onlinecasinos.com do this study? Wow, that's who I go to for all my trusted information. And
How convenient, not vested whatsoever.
Yeah, I definitely don't think this was an attempt for them to market their casino that allows gambling online to people all over the place by ginning up a fake story to news outlets. But they're so eager. They see that a recent study by onlinecasinos.com, is that where you look to get your information about what's happening in culture in America? This kind of stuff.
I'm going to go there right now and see if there's any culture and stuff that I can get online.
Yeah, onlinecasinos.com, right? That's where we get all of our real great studies from. Big Doug Millionaire says, sounds trustworthy. I mean, it's so obvious. Usually it's done in such a way where they'll go, accidents in California are most likely to be deadly, study says. And then when you go through the report, it'll say, a new study from gasbuddy.com. And you go, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're trying to get press, but gasbuddy.com is at least related to cars.
And then it's like State Farm Insurance, because we need you to have the top insurance considering all these accidents that are happening.
Right. And that's what they do so much. And these media outlets just fall for this crap. And they go, okay, let's take this. Anything to get some clicks around here.
Welcome to onlinecasinos.com, the most trustworthy and reputable comparison site for real money online casinos on the market.
Well, it must be trustworthy. I heard about them from KTLA.
With our unbiased algorithm, Casino Meta, it's trademarked, you'll be able to find the best online casino based on your personal preferences in seconds.
Oh, God. Well, let's all head over there because that's really what we should do. Okay.
Who are you texting?
No, there's just somebody who's coming to fix some of the house. But Sabrina has some secret audio of me, I guess.
You have no idea what I'm talking about?
No, the only thing I know is what you've told me so far, that you have some sort of audio, number one, and number two, that our friend Fritz was possibly behind this.
Yes. Now, there was one person who had sent it to me originally, and I don't know how they were able to work this magic, because from what I understood, last time we played this little game, it wasn't just a website. It was a lot of loops and hoops.
Oh, you had to use the AI to make people sing a song or whatever. It's not very easy. Sealand had to use this whole weird service to do it.
So the audio was sent to me, and then there was some work that needed to be done, and I knew the first person I had to go to was Fritz. I'm like, Fritz,
Okay.
you know how to do what you do.
It's talented.
I think maybe there's some reverb that's needed, but Sean, you are the subject of this, and I think the inspiration was our big move, Sealand and myself, back to HQ, and you are now by yourself over at your studio at home. So I present to you, coming from the heart.
I get so jealous of my AI self when I hear the singing like that, especially like that, because I go, I could never get that high.
No. And I remember like showing, God, what was the one that you had me singing? It was
Whitney Houston. Yeah, Whitney Houston.
And I went over to the bar and like run into people I haven't seen. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys, well, I guess I'm buzzing a little bit, but my friend just sent me the recording. I went to his house and recorded. Mind if I, play it for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, 6 people were like, Sabrina, you never said you could sing like that.
You
That's
sing
insane.
like an angel.
So do you, Sean, because there is a peak to it. Oh. Is it getting to is it just the instrumental?
I think this is the bridge.
Is it going up?
Yeah, it's going to deliver right here.
Is there a key change? I think there's a key change.
There should be.
Oh, no.
When I was no.
No.
Oh,
no.
damn it. All right, let me get to the part. Hold on. Do not go to commercial break.
No.
I mean, he can't do that by himself.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to require you to do that. So.
All right, ready, I think.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
College football coaches are paid handsomely, and in return, the university expects results. And after an 8-year, $74 million contract, that's certainly the case for Matt Rule at Nebraska. Rule is highly regarded for his ability to turn programs around, but success doesn't happen overnight. It took Urban Meyer and Nick Saban a year to change the culture at Florida and Alabama. So be patient with Rule, even though he lost in his debut last night on Dan Patrick.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
One of my favorite things about That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that I can hear him every Saturday morning right here on Real Radio 104.1 on the Home Loans Radio Show. That's right, That Mortgage Guy Don is not only an expert, but he's part of the Real Radio family. And every Saturday morning, he is pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because, hope you're sitting down, he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a friend and not like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs by getting a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. And any question that you have direct access to Don right there on the website. Or perhaps get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show by leaving him a shout out. So start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm going to put in 166.7% effort, too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassie's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassie's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassie's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's wassiesmeatmarket.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Score big on sleep and savings during Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable beds and get a $300 instant gift, good towards pillows and more.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
If we don't grow our social media following each month, our corporate overlords will take away our free coffee at work. We like our free coffee. We need our free coffee. Please follow us! Real Radio 104.1 on all social platforms is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Radio.
Conclusion. 99 cents a piece for every comment you want to leave anywhere. We round up all the money, we feed the poors with the money, and everybody is the better for it. And we don't have to deal with...
the poors can't comment.
They can if they get $1. If they get $1, then they too can comment. But it's just, I've come to this conclusion after a lot of just soul searching and looking at things online. And Courtney, she's very sensitive about things like this. And she'll see some sweet story on People Magazine's Instagram. And then she'll go into the comments and everybody's being all mean and fighting with each other and saying stupid stuff. And she's like, why are people like this? And I was like, because it's free. Because it's free just to fight with people online. It needs to be 99 cents for you to leave a comment anywhere online. It goes into a general fund, and then we feed the poor.
It's free and it's fun. You know,
yeah, I know you like it. I know why you like it, because you found that TikTok that you've been obsessing over for the last couple of days.
Oh, tell me more.
Oh, I got to send this to you.
Please
You have to see this. Sabrina, you have to see this comment section.
The absolute most brutal comment section I've ever seen on just about anything.
It's you know, they have the videos where somebody will go, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but have you heard of this? And they'll do something that leads you to go, oh, this is Sean on the John, you know, or like
Please don't post that, Sean.
I would sit on the toilet and go, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf? Well, what about this? And then people go, Sean on the John. And so this woman with massive breasts and her two friends, she's like, you've heard of Elf on the Shelf? And she's jumping up and down. And she goes, what about this? And she falls in line with her two friends. And then C-Lane out of nowhere sends this over and he goes, this is the most brutal comment section I've ever seen in my life.
The internet is so great. I'm like, who are all these comedians? Whose basement are you in?
I think we may all agree on this. I'm not sure. But in my estimation, with as much experience online as I have, TikTok does have the best comment section. TikTok people are funny in the comments. And even though they can get brutal and stuff too, I think it's better that, like, if you have the same piece of content on Facebook, comments are going to suck. It's not going to be anywhere near as good.
No.
This one, though, oh my God. What were some of the things they said about the three girls?
Reading them? Solid 9 if you combine.
Yeah. 3 girls is a solid 9 if you combine. So it's got to be like Elf on the Shelf kind of thing.
Double D's on a couple threes.
God.
Desperation at elevation.
There's so many brutal ones.
Fupa and a groupa.
Whores outdoors?
Butterfaces in high places.
Oh, my God. Did you just say Supa Dupa Fupa Troopa?
No, it's a different one. But all of them are like, the crazy thing is this girl, she goes viral for this post. Like, it got millions and millions of views, I think, right? Like, I think it's pretty popular.
Tubbies without hubbies.
3 yikes on a hike.
She's viral, but there's a lot of burn.
Hell no on a plateau.
Good times.
I don't want those could be free. Those ones could be free. But everybody else, $1 a comment, please. That's how you fix the world, I think. And we can get a bunch of people to be donating to a great cause and feeding the poors, and the world is a better place. Or like homeless kids. Who's against homeless kids, for God's sake? We take all the homeless kids, and with all the comment money, we give them all homes. And the kids are good to go. We
They
can
just
fix
live by
serious
themselves,
issues.
no adult supervision?
Yeah, it's like a latchkey kid kind of situation. Yeah, we like check in on them every once in a while. Maybe put like one of those ankle monitors on them. There are people out there doing good, though. It should be noted. And this is indeed a good news alert, friends.
Good news alert.
Thanks
Good
to our
news
friend
alert.
Frankie McDonald.
Good news alert.
Well, this
Good news
is
alert.
Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They have gotten together, and we all know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his connection to Hawaii. That's where he was born, I believe. That's where his family is from. He's a proud Hawaiian. And Oprah Winfrey, I don't know, maybe she has a house there or something, and she's just overall cares about the people in Hawaii. But they got together, and they have committed $10 million to make direct payments to people on Maui who are unable to return to their homes because of the wildfires. It says the People's Fund of Maui will give $1,200 a month to adults who are not able to return to their primary residences because of the recent wildfires, including people who owned and rented their homes, according to the fund's website. The fund will also seek donations to extend the length of time it can provide support. Only problem there is, and I'm not coming down on them because this is a great thing that they are doing here. I think it's really, really good, and they should be lauded for it. But $1,200 a month in Hawaii is, I believe, the most expensive state to live in the country. Look up Sealand, Google most expensive state to live in the country.
Yeah, Sealand, come on.
I think it's Hawaii, but if it's not, it's absolutely up there because living in Maui or any other major city in Hawaii is super expensive. Honolulu, these places are pricey. And I think...
All right, I found the list from onlinecasinos.net.
Not that one. Dismiss that, please.
Quicken Loans, top 10 most expensive states to live in for 2023. And number 1 is Hawaii.
Yeah, it's expensive there because they have limited land and the houses are all like, beautiful houses with stunning views and stuff. And I think they said to live comfortably in Hawaii, meaning that you could comfortably pay all of your bills and you have enough money to pay for all the necessities and things that you need. I think in Hawaii, that costs $125,000 a year. And that's how expensive the place is. But it is beautiful. Unfortunately, they've had this fire and they've been going through some trouble with that.
Their median home sold price is actually just slightly less than California.
Is it?
The average home, or median, so the middle, I guess, sells for $713,000.
Damn. God.
So I guess
everything
just
is so expensive.
Vacation spot for me.
Yeah, just pop it in for an Airbnb, I think. But look, when you look at photographs of Hawaii, it's pretty stunning. And Courtney actually asked me this question last night. I don't know if this is the case or not. Do you think to Californians, okay, when Californians want to go on vacation, many times they fly out to Hawaii and they enjoy the beaches and the beauty. Do you think when we see Hawaii and the way that we see it, is that how people who are further away see the Bahamas? Because we go to the Bahamas because they're closer. And, I mean, the Bahamas are beautiful, but I just don't think it's like Hawaii. You don't have the volcanoes. You don't have the elevation. You don't have the wildfires. You don't have the lays, and the wildfire part is true as well. But, yeah, this was good of both of them to do it. So I salute to both The Rock and Oprah for tossing out $10 million to help people in Maui affected by these wildfires in Hawaii. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Jury Duty was brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Thanks, Moses.
That was not really a jury duty related story, but we still love Mo. He's out on a company outing today and could not make it into the show.
We weren't invited?
What are they doing?
He didn't tell me, but last time they went bowling, I think. I don't know if they did that again. Maybe they went bowling and they went to that, what's the bowling place with the hot dog?
Primrose.
Still want to go there. Has anybody gone? You guys been?
I haven't, but it's on the to-do list for sure.
I definitely want to go there. I want to just there was like 5 things I saw that I want to try. We're going this weekend to Courtney, and I could kill her for this, but I also appreciate it. She has been showing me 2 things nonstop on her phone. Okay, one is this place in New Orleans that she wants to go to. It's a fried chicken place, and they have like all the fixins, like macaroni and cheese and stuff, and it looks so insanely good that it's irritating me.
All right.
That I can't get access to this place. Oh, let me see.
You have
I'll
to
bring
wait
it
for
up
Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to go. I don't know if we're going to go at Christmas or if we're going to go before that. I might take a vacation at some point.
Oh, you crazy.
I deserve it, for God's sake. Let me see. I got to bring this up. Chicken's Kitchen is the name of the place in New Orleans, and they're open every day from 10:30 until they sell out, and they sell out like all the time. And the way they work is you go there and you get like a lunch tray like you would have in school. Like it's got like the big section of it and then the small sections for your sides and stuff.
Right.
And then you pay by, what you want to get. And oh God, does it look so good. And she's been showing me this cheesesteak place in town that we're going to this weekend. Oh my God. I got to get away from this stuff. I want to put on all the weight.
Starving.
I know, me too right now. I even woke up hungover this morning. I was like, I want to get breakfast, and I turned it down. I didn't do it.
Wow.
Try to behave.
New Sean.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got your Sammy in just a little bit.
No,
turkey sandwich.
I think we might go walk somewhere and get something. I don't know. It depends on if it's raining out there. We'll see. When we come back, there is a very, very particular way that you can break into somebody's hotel room. And it's about as unexpected as it gets. So stick with us. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Did you know that the air inside your home could be making your family sick? Don't guess it, test it. Visit airqualityassessors.com and schedule an air quality assessment. Or call 844-CALL-AQA. That's 844-CALL-AQA. Don't guess it, test it.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's congestion westbound on I-4 between Robinson Street and Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the beach line at Orange Avenue. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Boggy Creek Road at the Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. It's the grand opening of Mattress Warehouse, now open to the public, with savings up to 70% on brand name mattresses and free delivery. Visit them on Flora Boulevard in Kissimmee. MattressWarehouse.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Get ready to win your way into our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. This is your chance to see Foo Fighters, Sheryl Crow, Lenny Kravitz, Public Enemy, and so much more. Listen for the keywords at 9 a.m., 1 and 5 p.m. each weekday for your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for two to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. This contest brought to you by Jersey Mike's. At Jersey Mike's, they offer freshness you can taste and see. From store-baked breads to slicing meat and cheeses right in front of you. Visit your favorite Jersey Mike's Subs location today or order on the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Recovery from addiction can take many forms, and quite often, it's a team effort. For those in recovery, having support often leads to a better outcome. And for those supporting people in recovery, they celebrate every milestone. Here's to family, friends, loved ones, healthcare providers, and community groups who are essential to helping people find their path to recovery. If you or someone you know is experiencing addiction, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose to learn more about the various treatment options available.
Now through September 11th at Tools Ace Hardware, buy 1 gallon of Clark & Kensington, Royal, or Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint and get the second gallon 50% off. Tools Ace Hardware has a huge selection of colors to choose from and friendly, helpful associates to give you expert advice on your paint project. Tools Ace Hardware, 12 convenient locations here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup, even for paint. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
At Checkers, I'm in the driver's seat. So when there's a tough call, I gotta make it. Like this $3.49 deal. Do I want a checker burger and small fries? Or do I want a spicy chicken sandwich and small fries? Or do I want a crispy fish sandwich and small fries? Whatever I want for just $3.49. Oh, man. Sounds like everyone behind me's in the driver's seat, too. Now half off regular-sized classic slushies.
So a few tiles are cracked in my restaurant. Big whoop. It's fine. Like, watch where you're walking, you know? Pay for a new floor? No way. Nobody's gonna get hurt. What happened?
If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. We've collected over $15 billion for our clients. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some,
that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Dunkin's serving up the legend, the icon, the pumpkin spice signature latte, filled with rich espresso flavors of pumpkin spice and whipped cream topper. Then hit with a caramel drizzle and cinnamon sugar. Order ahead on the app today. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding and sonic initiatives across the board, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles. We have been partnering with iHeart across multiple platforms, both for brand enhancement as well as for performance marketing. I think the cut-through of the message and the recall of the brand are much higher. Also, that has been very beneficial for us to integrate some of our campaigns into the native content of iHeart. It has been a very nice partnership, and it continues to be very strong into the future.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number.
Don't miss our Labor Day special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition Smart Bed, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Labor Day.
Innovation Refunds does not provide tax or legal advice. We work with an independent network of tax professionals and will share information with them to evaluate and process your claims. Terms and conditions apply. Ty is a paid spokesman.
I'm Ty Burrell, actor and small business owner. You can trust Innovation Refunds with your small business's ERC claim because of their SOC 2 Type 1 security compliance. Without this, how can you be sure a company can protect your information? It's not like here on the radio, where all you need to be secure is a censor button. My password to my bank account is Ty's cool password 1. Uh-oh. Luckily, Innovation Refunds is more reliable. Go to innovationrefunds.com or call 1-843-REFUNDS to get started.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio! 104.1.
Weekend is on. I'm sure you got big plans. You guys got big plans for Labor Day weekend, right?
Yeah, you better believe it. Getting it done, dude.
Do some drinking, right? Probably some eating some good food.
I
And
got a
just...
comedy show.
Yeah,
it's the first time I've done stand-up in a minute, so excited to get back on there. Prepare myself for Mo Comedy Jam in a few weeks.
Oh, that's right. That is coming up very soon. So we are all getting ready for Labor Day weekend, and we want to hear from you. You can join us on the show today. As always, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on a dispatch so you can pop alongside us here on the show. The story that I'm staring at here, it just reminds me that people are weird. We have some weird-ass people in this world of ours, and this particular guy is a professor who's in some trouble right now, according to USA Today. And tell me if you think this professor did anything wrong. All right, maybe you support this guy. Maybe you guys like this guy. What do I know? It says the geography professor didn't hide his clown fetish or the fact that he sometimes indulged his urges by recruiting students as subjects. He posted about it regularly on his social media platforms. He posted about it all over the internet, in fact.
Facebook,
yes.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Here's his quote. Please don't take this audio and isolate it. I have a face paint fetish, and I convince the cute girls in my classes to let me paint their faces, he said. This is Joseph Talkish, who held jobs at 2 different colleges, and was on the tenure track at a third before student journalists finally exposed his behavior. He submitted his resignation the day the story was published. It says his interactions with students and the open discussion of his fetish happened in both mainstream and tailored digital spaces. Over the years, 2 students reported him to campus police. Others complained online. He left Kent State University after pleading no contest to something different, a theft charge that involved entering his peers' offices without permission and taking a USB drive. He's not been charged with any other crime, but he flat out said, he's like, I have a clown fetish, and I will sometimes encourage my students to get involved in this. And then he had photos and videos of his students where he would paint their faces like a clown.
That's weird.
This is going on in the classroom.
That doesn't seem appropriate.
Yeah, and you go, there's a weird thing that happens when you go off to college. When you're in college for some reason, you can get away with things that you can't get away with when you're in high school. And it's more than just the age factor. But like in college, you can have sex with a professor. You can have a relationship with a professor, which seems kind of strange, but I guess everybody's
they would get
old
in trouble for that, would they not? Like, as far as the school goes, like, it's not illegal, obviously, but
yeah, it's not illegal for sure. But some schools may have rules against that. But I've certainly seen, at least in popular culture, that you could date a professor or go out with a professor if you wanted to.
Yeah, I had a friend that was hooking up with his TA. I think that was the closest he got.
But TAs are fellow students, I thought.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
or
it's
interns.
a little different, but it's like it's on the ladder up to your teacher. And in this case, the professor had a clown fetish, and the school immediately responded to this. It said a federal law intended to ensure the academic privacy of students also makes it difficult to determine how he was able to move so freely from campus to campus. Both Kent State and Northern Illinois University, where he taught while finishing his doctorate, noted his protected status as a graduate student and declining to answer questions. So even though they knew this guy had a clown fetish, they left him in with the students, which seems kind of weird. Before we get to you and your dispatches from the newsjunkie.com, MFQ says, I mean, he's not hurting anybody, right? It's weird, like trying to get the students to allow you to paint their faces like a clown because it gets you off. That's super weird. That's really bizarre behavior.
I wonder if he's like noted in the circus community, like
that guy.
If he shows up, like, don't let him in. He's gonna get weird.
I saw
you know how this guy is.
I saw a thread today. It was like an Ask Reddit, and it was like, what's something that sounds unbelievable but actually happened to you, unfortunately? And there was some story about a guy whose like brother was attempted to be kidnapped, and then and one of them was by a clown. And it's like, man, some people really have a thing against clowns. That person in particular probably can't deal with clowns.
Well, he's got an actual reason, to be afraid of somebody like that.
One of the comments was from an actual clown. It was like, this is what's tarnishing our business. It's hard to be a clown these days.
Do you remember when we interviewed that clown? We interviewed a clown on the show when there was this spate of incidents. He started crying during the interview because there was all these incidences where people were dressing up as clowns with knives and scaring people.
Yeah,
and
it was around It, the premiere of the new It.
And then it was like every week there was another one of these, and we got this guy Jasper or whatever his name was, and he's on, and we're like, is this hard for you? And he started crying on the show.
C-Lane, you have to play that this weekend for the people.
Oh,
or
we
next
must have
best
that.
of.
I hope we have it.
Yeah, we have collected so many weird moments on this show. So on Monday, don't freak out. We don't have best of that often. So make sure you're catching up with whatever you missed at some point. Okay, also before we get to those dispatches, there was a woman who posted a video online, and it showed that you could use a particular card to gain access to secured areas. And in her case, she's at a hotel, right? And the hotel has a door that's locked. The door has one of those little key card access points next to it. And she goes, check this out. And she shows what she has in her hand to the camera, and it's a Chuck E. Cheese card, okay? If you don't know what Chuck E. Cheese is,
love Chuck E. Cheese.
It's where a kid can be a kid.
Ask my mom what I wanted my first job to be growing up, and it was Chuck E. Cheese.
Charles Entertainment Cheese, who was close to all of us growing up in the Southeast. I don't know how many locations they had. So for Dallas people, you might be like, what is that? It was a place where you went like a Dave and Buster's style place, but not as nice as Dave and Buster's.
They had very terrifying looking robots.
Yeah.
And then you had your games all around and the ball pit that was just riddled with kid urine and fecal matter, I'm sure.
And when Sabrina says they had robots, the robots were a band. And the band would play songs, and all the robots would move around and stuff.
And their eyes would stop working. Their heads would come off.
They sell pizza. It's a kid's place for kids and kids' birthday parties and stuff. But the hilarious thing is they also sell beer for the adults. So oftentimes adults will get hammered and get in fights at Chuck E. Cheese. So it's glorious all the way around. This says a woman alarmed TikTok users by successfully using a Chuck E. Cheese card to get into her hotel room. The video comes from creator Harper, the author, who's amassed more than 25,000 views on this. And she says, So peep this, she begins, standing outside a Sleep Inn, speaking over some suspenseful music. I got this Chuck E. Cheese card, right? And I'm at the
Sleep
hotel.
Inn. I'm surprised they didn't give her a key.
Right. The Sleep Inn is not, is that a big chain?
It's a chain.
I don't think I've ever stayed at one.
I don't know if I have. It's probably owned by a bigger...
It sounds
Quality
dodgy.
Inn or
Motel 6.
Yeah, it sounds dodgy. It sounds like it's a one-floor place. And
Can you rent it by the hour?
Yeah, you don't want that ever. They said she walks to a door at the hotel, shows the door is locked, waves the Chuck E. Cheese card over the card reader, and it turns green as she opens the door. So there's a little side effect. If you got one of those Chuck E. Cheese cards left over, you could just, rob places.
I don't think that's just opening everything.
It's like a skeleton key, C-Lane. Gets you in everywhere.
No,
gets you in everywhere.
This woman knows somebody at the thing, at the Sleep Inn, or she works there herself, and just took her Chuck E. Cheese card and reprogrammed it to open up doors.
Could be. Or Chuck E. Cheese cards are skeleton keys, right? That's the other option.
Remember, they were still using floppy disks to get the entertainment going, so wouldn't be surprised if they have a skeleton key.
They do have some outdated technology over there. Let's work in a couple of dispatches and see what you got going on. Here is Comb That Chest Hair, talking about a podcast.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
This is employees only, MFers. And I don't care about no Meghan Markle. All I want to do is take Prince Harry to a homosexual Las Vegas weekend. That's all I want. That's right.
The commercial is so weird.
I have no clue.
That's Ron Howard, like the director, right?
Yeah.
You're still growing out the red hair on the sides?
Yes, but
Completely
he's
bald on
not.
top?
He's not in the podcast. He's like the person behind the podcast, and then you can't get any grasp of what the podcast is about from the stupid commercial for it. I don't get it. Here's the Landman with a dispatch about Hawaii. Of course, the fires and all that going on over there.
Hi, news junkies.
Hey.
I grew up in Hawaii. I lived in California for 20 years and moved to Florida about 5 years ago. I haven't been to the Bahamas, so I don't know how the Bahamas looks in real life. I know that it looks beautiful, and obviously it's really close by when you live on the East Coast. I know in California a lot of people went to Hawaii, of course, and it is, as advertised, it's a beautiful place. It's interesting to me, though, because living in Florida, Florida reminds me more of Hawaii than California ever certainly looked like Hawaii to me. Where I grew up in Hilo on the Big Island was very rainy, very green, very wooded, very quiet. And Florida feels more like that to me. I end up feeling more like I'm in Hawaii when I'm here. So anyway, just my 2 cents. Have a great day. Wiggle, wiggle,
This
pop.
guy made a bet with somebody on how many times he could say Hawaii on the radio.
That's how you say it. We've been saying it wrong.
He's lived there. He knows how to pronounce it.
Right.
There's some stuff in Hawaiian that I can't even get near. Like, I can't even approach trying to say it. Like, for instance, I've had a fish multiple times in my aquarium that's the official Hawaiian fish, like the Hawaiian state fish.
Is it the one that's the longest word in Hawaiian?
It's insane. C-Lane, can you look that up? Sorry. I forgot what it is, but
I just
it's
love
like,
you never asked me to do it.
it's impossible to say this thing. But the other name for it was a Picasso triggerfish.
Humu humu nuku nuku apua.
Yeah.
One more time?
Humu nuku nuku pua.
There's a lot of stuff in Hawaiian that's really difficult to say like that. It's very, very specific.
Because the native Hawaiian language, I think, only had 12 letters in it, in their alphabet.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, that's why there's so much. That's why the words end up being long and repetitive, was because there was only so many letters to choose from when making up Hawaiian words.
Really? When we come back
early today, I learned, huh?
We're going to hear from you. You can join us on the show today. This Labor Day weekend is on, and we want to make sure you're hanging out with us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Aliens. Aliens in the water.
Sorry.
It's happening. They actually are in the water.
Oh, sweet.
So no, it works. Yeah. The aliens in the water. We'll go into this weird story and rabbit hole. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
A bushy, bushy blonde hair.
Free. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Boggy Creek Road heading northbound at the Greenway. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on the beach line heading eastbound after Orange Avenue. You can expect delays eastbound on I-4 between US 1792 and Dirksen Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. They'll change your oil and have you back to working on your farmer's tan faster than you can choose the right SPF. Stop by one of their locations for a full synthetic oil change to help your car beat the heat. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
The Summer of Trucks ends this weekend with Nations Truck's huge Labor Day sales event. So take your pick from the largest selection of highest quality, lowest price pre-owned trucks in all of Florida. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all. Work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, and 4x4s. And you'll make no payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com or just go on down and see them in Sanford on 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane for the News Junkie sent you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
Oh, man, that is great.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised $22 million to support scholarships for families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. For 13 weeks, June 12th through September 4th, Carroll Distributing has donated 13 additional cents for each case of Bud and Bud Light sold in Brevard County. Join the Monsters from Real Radio 104.1 on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live from the Cocoa Beach Fish Camp as we present Carroll Distributing's additional donation to a Brevard recipient. That's Friday, September 8th at Cocoa Beach Fish Camp starting at 6 a.m. For more info, visit RealRadioMonsters.com on the events page.
Hey everybody, it's Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, and we want to help turn your to-do list into your today list. Your morning routine, healthy meals, and workout plans. We've got you covered. Join us every morning on NBC because every day needs today.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
Tools Ace Hardware has been helping Central Florida during hurricane season for over 40 years. They have everything you need to prepare your home before a storm hits and supplies for recovering after the storm passes. Get your propane tanks refilled, purchase batteries and flashlights, sandbags, gas cans, tarps, fasteners, and even expert advice. They even have generators, Yeti coolers, and Big Green Egg charcoal grills to help in case you lose power. You can visit one of their 10 steel service centers for all the tools you need for cleanup. Tools Ace Hardware is here to help with 12 Central Florida locations. Visit toolsacehardware.com to find the location near you. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Right now, getting a home insured in Florida feels like... Thankfully, there's Open House, a tech-enabled home insurance provider that is saving Floridians hundreds, just in time for hurricane season. Get an online quote in seconds and join your neighbors who dropped for Open House. Start saving today at openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouseinsurance.com for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a thrilling weekend of special guests from TV and movies, cosplay, comics, vendors, live shows, and more at Fanboy Expo. Visit fanboyexpo.com/Orlando to learn more. That's fanboyexpo.com/Orlando.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all active. That's right. Get 50% off all active for the family. Hurry. It's only this Saturday and Sunday at Old Navy. Valid 9/2 and 9/3. Excludes in-store clearance. Licensed and outerwear.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Appreciate it. If you missed any of the show today, get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. Aliens under the sea, in fact, or maybe, who knows. There was a story out this week that a lot of people were talking about that said they recovered this stuff from the Pacific Ocean floor and that they think it might be an alien object that they found. It says extraterrestrial fragments recovered from the Pacific Ocean floor could have come from an alien planet outside our solar system, an astronomer has claimed. And this was planetary scientist Humberto Campins. He said he agreed with the sensational claims by controversial Harvard physicist Professor Avi Loeb that alien material from interstellar space has been found on Earth for the first time ever. So they found like this cool-looking ball. And they think that maybe this came from some other civilization out there. You don't believe it?
Atlantis.
No. This is the movie Sphere.
Yeah.
The Michael Crichton novel.
Oh.
Is there a movie like this?
Yeah.
Sean, where did you get this news story from?
No, this is real. This is an actual news story.
You said it's a ball, right?
The website.
Yeah, it is a ball.
It's the movie Sphere.
No, it's not.
That's
This
so
is an actual news story. I didn't get it right.
That's so embarrassing.
Hold on. Let me bring this up here because I want you to see this.
Get an E-Bombs World or something?
No, Earth.com. That seems like a fairly legit website. It's a science website. Here it says
Earth.com.
You're claiming that it came from a place that's not Earth, so why would Earth.com be the end all?
Get out of here, actually, guy. Look at this thing in front of me here, all right? This is the thing they found.
Literally,
right?
that is a screenshot from the movie.
No, it's not. This is a real news story. It says Harvard scientist finds alien artifacts at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean.
Tiny metal what?
Tiny metal spheres, but not from the movie, from real life, C-Lane.
Or maybe a cannonball from an old war? Like, why does this one scream aliens and not pirate ships.
Why would a cannonball from an old war be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean?
Because they fought wars overseas and in the seas.
You think
Have you
there
ever
were
seen Pirates of the
pirates?
Caribbean?
That's not in the same ocean.
That's not in the same ocean. All right.
No,
I'm
it's
done.
not. The Caribbean.
You never
is-
seen Pirates of the Pacific?
the Caribbean is in the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
The Pacific Ocean is off the coast of California.
I
That's
can tell
where
by
they
your
found
voice
this.
that you don't even believe it anymore.
I believe in
But
this.
You just have to sell it.
No, I believe that they actually found some kind of, I'm going to call it an orb instead of the other word. I believe they found a ball. I believe they found a ball, and I believe that the scientists think that it came from another civilization, I guess, out there somewhere. It says a huge fight has erupted among the scientific community over Professor Loeb's discovery, with some experts lending support to the research and others disputing it. They said hundreds of tiny metal fragments recovered from the Pacific Ocean originated outside of our solar system. And it says never seen before elements that do not match any natural or man-made alloys. So
Yeah, okay.
that seems pretty alien-y to me. You should believe in this. You just saw some sort of alien thing this past week or so, Sabrina.
I did not, and
Yeah.
you know that. It was the Starlink satellites.
Yeah, but for a little while, it seemed like
For
an
a
alien
second.
thing.
And then
it
I
was
Googled, and then I went to multiple reputable websites, not Earth.com.
Earth.com is reputable. What's wrong with
damn it.
Earth.com?
Earth.com calling me right now.
Oh, my God.
Hello? Yeah, he fell for it.
No, it's
All right.
not. It's not
Thanks
them.
so
I'm not
much.
buying any of this. This is a real story. We're going to go to your dispatches in just a moment. or
It's
two.
a real story that was really written by Michael Crichton.
Oh, my God. I don't know how far into the bit or into the meta of all this we are, but you guys do know it's a real story, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Forget
like
it.
70, maybe 62%.
Forget it. I'm just going to move on. We're going
Should've
to go to
taken
these
the day off,
dispatches.
shouldn't
No, I'm this far in. This deep down into it. It's like, we just continue. Put your head down and keep going here. There is a story out on Axios today, and it says public freakouts, burnout, and bullying. Bad behavior is here to stay. And they talk about how there's been a breakdown of
Wow, that's
social
the movie Mean
norms.
Girls.
Oh, my God. Leave me alone, please. This is not the movie Mean Girls. This is the real deal. And they talk about how all of the things that people are doing in public now are something that you wouldn't have done socially.
Like wear
10
yoga
years
pants on
ago.
Thursdays?
No. They said concert goers throwing things at performers, people talking on their cell phones through movies, tourists defacing historical landmarks in pursuit of the perfect selfie. The first truly post-pandemic summer has shown the bad behaviors unleashed during the stress of COVID aren't slowing down. And so they said this is a breakdown of social norms. They're blaming the pandemic for this. What? That has nothing to do with why people behave the way they behave. This is a cultural shift to a world where everybody thinks that they deserve respect without earning any respect. It's a culture of these people, younger people, a lot of them, who just think you should automatically treat them with respect as if they have earned it. And then they don't care about doing things like this in public because why would they? You get social credit on social media for doing these things. You freak out, you do something dumb like this, and people love it. They enjoy this. But their theory is the pandemic really did change us inherently because for the first time in anybody's lifetime, it was every man for himself. You know, we were fighting over toilet paper. It broke life as we knew it. And now there's no decorum, they say. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Laheva Rasta on Twitch says, kids are the worst bullies. God, can they be? Kids and women. Oh, my.
Oh, please.
My God. Did you see, Sabrina, the fight at the country music concert?
Yeah. Morgan Wallens?
Yeah. So you did see this.
Yeah.
The fight in a porta potty with these ladies.
That's gross.
And that's the grossest place you could possibly fight. And they're just slugging each other and beating the hell out of each other.
Men fight all the time.
Of course they do, but I think women are more brutal. Women will tear each other's clothes off so they shame the other person. They'll rip somebody's
You
wig
got it all
off.
down.
Dispute what I'm saying then. What I'm saying is accurate. This is what happens. Women's fights are more disrespectful than men's fights.
Okay.
That I think is absolutely true. You know, you might disagree. That's fine. You're allowed to be wrong in this scenario.
I punch and then I say, sir.
No, guys make friends with each other after fighting. This is something that happens
With all due respect.
Yeah.
Guys make friends with each other, and they're not as brutal and rule-breaking as women are. Women will just do this to each other. I find it to be insane.
Will fight somebody if they think that a guy across the street is looking at their girl the wrong way. That's
Right.
brutal. That's a little on the edge, if you ask me.
You're missing my point, because what you're talking about is reasons to get into fights. That's fine if you want to say that men will get into fights for dumber reasons than women. I don't know. Maybe that's true. What I'm saying is fights.
You could say
in the fights, women are willing to go. They try to shame the other person when they're fighting with them.
What porn are you watching?
I'm watching life. I'm watching real life as these people try to like strip each other's clothes off.
Oh, you guys see women fighting on your walks?
I see women fighting all the time online.
By the
I see
scooters?
videos of women fighting all the time. Don't shame me for my walks, by the way. That's a low blow. I see women fighting on every social media
This loser exercises
outlet that I have. On every social media outlet, I see this stuff. That's absolutely true.
So you would say that men get into more fights, but the women fights are more brutal.
Yes, men are violent beings. They're much more violent and aggressive than women are. But women in those fights will do things that are meant to just shame the other person. They won't mind ripping off a shirt of a woman and leaving her topless in public because that's part of the fight. That's kind of how things go down. And I think that's like an interesting dichotomy that you end up seeing when you see these kind of videos. And that Morgan Wallen fight video absolutely shows this. Tanya on YouTube says, women can go to extremes often, hashtag badass bitches. These women were putting on quite a display at a country concert, really, truly enjoying themselves. Go for the Oats on Twitch says, I think more fights are videoed that involve women. Yes, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because you videotape more fights, including women, because the women tend to tear the clothes off the other woman, and you know you might catch that as content for your video. I think that plays into some of this. Let's go to you. Let's see what's happening. And the drunken mailman is chiming in with a dispatch here.
Hey, news junkies. Happy Friday, then the weekend.
You too.
You know, speaking of Hawaii, I could never live there, man, because just think about if you're trying to get directions or you're trying to write addresses, it's always like, all right, you go down Lala Huli Huli and you make a right turn at Kakakuki Kuki, and then you make another left turn at Iwatapianya, and then, you know, then you end up on Fukakukikiki.
I don't think some of those are real.
Just screwed up, man. Just have first, second streets, man.
It's a different language. It's a different culture. That's how it goes.
Come on, I want to lay you. I want to peek a
They're
pee
being
pee.
very offensive to the Hawaiian listener. Uai.
They're fine. Koalak says, I think trashy fighting belongs to both. But I did witness a woman rip off another woman's weave and throw it into a palm tree. There you
Climb
go.
and get it, bitch.
Here's Tiny Hands Jones talking about the alien story.
Sean, I totally believe you about this alien story. I saw it on Live Science, so I can completely back you up that it's real. I'm actually a linguist from the University of Florida, and they've actually contacted me to read some writing that is on the sphere. And in my studies of the sphere, I found that the aliens actually use a abstract language where they project things.
Okay, this is from the movie. I know what you're doing. I'm not falling for this.
I think it's
I want real
different movie, I think, but still.
I think that was the movie which I wanted to watch it so bad, and I do not hold a grudge, I promise. But Courtney was like, I don't like the alien movies, so I don't want to watch this. And I wanted to watch it so bad. And it was the movie where the person who was a language expert was able to like translate from the aliens. When
Yes, they were like the aliens were like writing in symbols.
Men in Black.
And they were trying. I watched the movie. Like they had the aliens like held somewhere.
Yeah, the spaceship landed and everybody saw it. Like we knew that there was a spaceship there. And then so they said, we're trying to make contact with the aliens. I think that's what he's talking about. And I never got to watch it. And I cry like at least once a week about it.
I forget what it was called.
It's pretty sad. Here's Indica Soul talking about the aliens, I think.
Sean, I believe you about the objects.
Thank you.
The guy, Avi Loeb, is a real scientist from Harvard. He's the one studying Muamua, an interstellar object that came into our solar system and then left our solar system. They're also investigating that with the James Webb Telescope. So there is credibility to what you're saying.
Thank you, Indica Soul. That James Webb Telescope is so crazy impressive. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes humans, we are doing amazing stuff. Like, we are really, really doing amazing things. And we don't sit back enough and give ourselves credit for it.
Makes me feel like I'm not doing that amazing stuff.
Oh, I know. When you see that, you're like, you see like somebody built at NASA HQ a rover that we then sent all the way to Mars, and then we were driving around like a remote control car. And you're like, that is amazing.
I'm like, well, I have a drone, so it's kind of we're same.
Remember
What a
how
time to
sad
be
it
alive.
was when the rover died, though? And it like said bye to itself.
It's powered down.
And we just left it there.
It just sits there forever now. But we were doing so many amazing things. Think about if you were born in like the 1500s or something, right? If you were born in the 1500s, in your whole lifetime, nothing crazy in terms of like new developments would happen because you're pre-industrial revolution, right? Like everything was like the same for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And we get to live in this time post-industrial revolution where we made the internet. We can all talk to each other. We got TikToks and airplanes, and we've got all the things. We can go
Alien
to Mars.
bowling balls.
We got alien bowling balls. We got it all, baby. I mean, this is pretty amazing if you think about it. This is a glass half full kind of scenario for me, but my God, it's an interesting time to be alive, I think. Here's one more. Phlebotomy is Me is talking about Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, so I grew up in Jersey, and there was a Chuck E. Cheese out on Route 22 back in like early 90s, late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, everybody used to go to this spot. It was not a kid spot at all.
The party
it was all
spot.
just like old school video games, like adult games. It wasn't like the garbage they got now. You had like Donkey Kong, Centipede.
Yeah.
Dragon's Lair, like any kind of game you could think of, like all adult games, it was there. And it was not a spot for just kids. They had a little kids
Are
section.
you driving a boat right now?
It was
He's on the run for the police.
And it was open late. Like we was there many a nights, mad late.
All right.
But just want to let y'all know that.
Thank you.
Wiggle, pop, pop.
Appreciate it. Good luck with the police chase. We'll be back in just a moment to roll into Labor Day weekend. Give us your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Tommy on YouTube says, in 1500, girls were not tearing off clothes in a fight. Maybe not. I don't know. They would have had to in the 1500s tear off a lot more clothes.
Yeah.
They had God, what was it called? Corset, but then you couldn't breathe. It actually moved your internal organs.
Have you ever seen one of those videos where they show, like, they'll pick a year or maybe like a 1500 they'll pick, right? And they'll say what it was like for a woman to get ready in the morning. And they show the whole outfit that a woman would put on at that time. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it was so many layers of stuff.
Unless you had your period, then you were shamed and could not be seen in public.
Right. Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
We should go back to that.
Yeah, you want to go back to that?
Yeah, have a couple days off, just be in a cave.
There
Let's
you go. All right, when we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Is there a way that you eat fried chicken with your hands? It could be wrong. I poke it, and I'm just getting in there. That chicken bridge?
Why are you poking your chicken meat?
Yeah, it's finger licking, not finger sticking.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi, everybody. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Friday weather forecast update for Central Florida. Happy Friday to you. Looks like a warm high today, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Rain chances are slight for the AM, better bet by the PM. And after 2 o'clock, coverage soars to 60 to 70%. A few heavy downpours around again today, some cloud-the-ground lightning. Showers and storms possible through about 10 o'clock tonight. Rain chance at 50%, lows to 76. Saturday and Sunday for the holiday weekend. Warm highs in the upper 80s, rain chance 20%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. They'll change your oil and have you back to working on your farmer's tan faster than you can choose the right SPF. Stop by one of their locations for a full synthetic oil change to help your car beat the heat. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? Morgan's silver dollars are back for 2023. For the 100th anniversary, the U.S. Mint released the first legal tender Morgans in 100 years. They sold out instantly. Now, Morgan's silver dollars are back in 2023, minted in 99.9% pure silver, but only 275,000 coins were minted, and they will go fast. The entire market and experts agree this is a big deal and an amazing opportunity for both coin and silver buyers. Just call 1-800-473-0864 and you are guaranteed a 2023 brand new uncirculated 99.9% pure silver Morgan dollar. But with limited quantities, you must call now. To learn more, call 1-800-473-0864. Plus, you'll receive a free bonus Patriots pack, new and improved, a $25 value free with every order. Call 1-800-473-0864 now to secure your new 2023 Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-473-0864.
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not-so-good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing, to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. And medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to Naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text ADULT to 323232 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word ADULT to 323232 to get started today. That's ADULT to 323232.
The best time to get a great deal on a Ram truck is now, during the Ram Labor Day sales event. Visit ram.com or visit your local Ram dealer to find the perfect Ram truck for you. Current FCA owners get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/5/23.
The blockbuster event of the summer is here.
Outrunning a helicopter isn't exactly what I had in mind for my beach getaway.
But this isn't another full-throttle action movie. It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Wait, what?
Featuring the action-packed 2023 Nissan Rogue and Nissan Sentra, with sport modes that give the performance of a lifetime.
Stealing my spotlight.
And now comes the real star of the show.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select road trims. Availability is limited, so shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/5/23.
The iHeartRadio All Access free preview is coming. Listen to any song on demand. Unlimited skips, even download your faves and listen offline. Experience true freedom. The iHeartRadio All Access free preview starts Monday. Download the free iHeartRadio app now. Free never sounded so good.
Attention, Orlando. Do you crave juicy, tender, packed with flavor fried chicken? If so, grab KFC's 3-piece tenders and biscuit for just $5. Get your craving on at a KFC near you. That's finger-licking good. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd.
The most unforgettable weekend of music on the planet.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. Take care of yourself out there. Be good. Don't make any bad decisions. And if you do, recover from them as fast as you possibly can. Let's get into some final dispatches here because we have just enough time to do one or two of those. And which one should we go to? Here's Tissy Cat talking about the Hawaii guy, I think.
Hey, this message is for Mr. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Mr. Hawaii. If you're going to say Hawaii like that, make sure you say Florida instead of Florida. Say Florida. Put some respect on our name. And we ain't going to say it no more, bruh.
Thank you, Tissy Cat.
I like her.
Let's see. Here's Julie.
I used to live in Hawaii, and I remember that state fish. And while I was in Hawaii, it was elementary school. We had to learn Hawaiian first half of the year, and then the second half of the year we had to learn Japanese.
Really?
That was fun. But anyway, yeah, the state fish. Humu humu nuku nuku a'apua'a.
Wow.
That's interesting that in Hawaii she's saying you learn Hawaiian and you learn Japanese, because in the U.S., at least mostly in the southeastern or the southern part of the United States of America, when you're going to learn a second language, you generally learn Spanish. You learn to speak Spanish because you encounter a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the United States of America, specifically in the South. And over there, they probably don't encounter that many Spanish-speaking people. And I guess the language they would encounter most next to English would be Japanese.
Is that awkward for Pearl Harbor?
It could be. If they bring that up, it's probably a touchy subject. So I didn't know that they would do that. It's kind of cool.
I thought that was interesting. Like the first time or only time that I've flown out to California, like as soon as we landed, I get in the airport and I'm looking around at like the duty-free shop. And some of the stuff was in English and Japanese. And I was like, oh really? That's right. Well, there's probably more Japanese people here because it's closer.
Oh, man. When I was in San Francisco, the Asian population in San Francisco is massive. I mean, massive. You could, and this piggybacks on what I was talking about earlier, and you could come from China or Japan or almost any other culture, and you could...
Yeah, where, Sean? Come on, man.
China is the first place that I said, and then the second place that I said was Japan.
Japan!
I had to buy myself a little time throwing some more words there. You could go to these neighborhoods in China and just like, it would be just like you were at home. You know, it's just wild to me. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there, nationstrucks.com. Go get the truck of your dreams. It's on the lot right there at nationstrucks.com. In downtown Los Angeles, they busted into a place and found $200,000 worth of stolen items.
Damn.
These were things that people had stolen and were trying to resell. This is the bust, part of LAPD's newly formed Organized Retail Crime Task Force. So they're finally getting on it, which is good news for all the people who live in that area for sure. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
so don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, September 1st, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this show.
Oh, that's a come on down. Price is right.
Family Feud is correct. Steve Harvey once gave a winning Family Feud contestant an additional $25,000 of his own money after later finding out the contestant was terminally ill and doing everything he could to support his family. That's why he went on the show to begin with. Excuse me.
That is sad.
Wow.
Oh, man.
It
Good
just
thing
escaped.
you softened it up with that burp.
All right, here we go. Today I Learned in 2005.
Guy died of cancer. Bleh.
Guess what? Well, at least we came in today, right? We showed up. We did the show.
You're
That's what we're
welcome,
supposed to.
America.
Today I Learned in 2005, a sheep jumped off a cliff in Turkey, and 1,500 sheep followed one by one. 450 of the sheep died, and the rest survived by landing on the soft pile of dead sheep.
Oh,
visual is just insane. I wish there was video of that. That would be something to behold. All right, today I Learned advance tickets to all 3 days of Woodstock cost $18. It's equivalent to about $125 in 2019. A lot of these concerts much more expensive than that nowadays. And let's wrap everything up and finish up Today I Learned and the week. Today I Learned this band right here.
Loverboy.
Loverboy is right. The band Loverboy was unable to build a fan base. They couldn't get anybody dancing or hanging out at their shows. And the lead singer went to the beach to think about things. He saw that nobody was at the beach and everybody must be working for the weekend. And then he used that to write the song. It was an instant hit and it packed the dance floor at Loverboy shows immediately. The rest is history. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on, Tuesday, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. More of us up next. Take that. In Dallas, you got more great content on the way. And in Orlando, you got the Jim Colbert Show. That's all on the way.